The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Breece! For at least another 2 years, we could yell that at Breece Hall, who has signed a new deal with the New York Jets. Breaking news. Let's break it down. It's the Jake Asman Show. Emergency stream. It starts right now.
We sitting in here. We excited as hell.
Now it's time to get to work. Are you a happy guy?
Oh, my goodness. Let's go.
I haven't felt joy talking about the Jets in a long time. When they announced it, I went, yeah! Let's go! A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now. Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome in, everybody. Emergency stream. Why? Well, Breece Hall has agreed to a new 3-year contract. A lot to talk about with this deal. A reminder that we are presented by PrizePicks. Click the like button and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And if you ever miss any of the Jake Asman Show, reminder, we podcast the live YouTube show, which airs twice a day at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern time in audio form. We posted on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Breece Hall is a New York Jet. He has agreed to a new contract, and the initial reaction is this. This is the right move. You look at the details of the contract, 3-year deal, $45 million. The only thing that actually matters in this contract, well, how much of that is guaranteed? That's the first thing you look at with any football contract, and $29 million of the $45 million is guaranteed. Breece Hall, if he played on the franchise tag this year, was going to make just over $14 million. So if you do the math, he's now getting $29 million guaranteed. Essentially, it's the franchise tag for 2 years. And this is the right move. Breece Hall's 25 years old. He's a really good player. We could debate how good. We could debate if he's an upper echelon running back. At the end of the day, Breece Hall, if he hit the open market, would get more than this, I believe. And the Jets had leverage and they had his rights. The Jets used the tag in the first place, the full franchise tag, not the transition tag, because they knew if they didn't, another team would actually tender Breece Hall a contract. They value Breece Hall. Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn have each said every time they've been asked, they want Breece Hall here and they want him signed long-term. Muji said after the draft they were going to revisit the talks, and guess what? He's a man of his word. And Darren Muji continues to get deals done in a very efficient manner. And the deals do not hamstring the Jets' long-term future. It's smart team building. And Breece is a good football player. We could debate again, how good, right? Oh, he's over. He's a good football player that just ran for over 1,000 yards on a team that had no quarterback. You know how hard that is to do? The Jets actually have a good offensive line. They actually have weapons. They have a quarterback in Geno Smith, who I believe could pass the football. I'm not telling you he's great, but he's better than anything we've seen over the last season. For sure, he's better than Brady Cook, or, he's better than Justin Fields, who, couldn't complete a pass, to quote the owner of the damn team. So keeping Breece Hall, to me, was a must. It was a must. This is a good football player who's young, and I think his best years are still in front of him. Fan favorite, homegrown Jet, and everyone said, oh, he doesn't want to be here. I think Breece did want to be a Jet. He just wanted to be paid like every professional athlete. He wanted some security. He now has 2 years of it. Yeah, it's a 3-year deal. It's 2 years of security. That's what it is. Oh, he hates being a Jet. No, he hates losing, like we all do as fans. And hopefully they can get off to a better start and he can experience some winning. But this was the right move by the New York Jets. It is a fair contract for a player whose best football, I believe, is still ahead of him. He is a weapon out of the backfield as both a runner and a receiver. Maybe Frank Reich can finally tap into some of that. Breece is a good player, man. We don't need to pretend like he's not. It's amazing. The Breece Hall discourse by some in the fan base. It's always been fascinating because there's a segment of Jet fans who don't think this guy is good, but then want to simp for, Cade Klubnik or some other day 3 pick, Arian Smith last year. The Zach Wilson truthers would fight you to the death to defend dog crap quarterback play that he was putting forth, or the Justin Fields truthers last year. But Breece Hall, who's a good player, who just ran for over 1,000 yards, who his first season coming off ACL surgery was second in the NFL behind only Christian McCaffrey in all-purpose yards. This is the guy that we wanted to draw the line on. No, it never made any sense. He's a good football player. Is he a little out there on social media? Yeah, but he's not saying anything that bad. He's not committing crimes. He tweets his thoughts. He's got feelings. Fine. Score touchdowns. Nobody cares. He's a good player, and this was the right move by the Jets to get it done because you don't need the distraction of Breece being on the tag. And yeah, if he played on the tag, is it the worst thing in the world? No, it's not like Breece Hall is not going to try if he's on the franchise tag. If he wants to be paid, he needs to have another big year so someone will give him a contract if it's not the Jets. And he's not going to do the Le'Veon Bell where he doesn't sign it at all and doesn't show up. He's not going to self-sabotage his career. So if he played on the tag, would it have been the worst thing? Not necessarily. But you know what? Not having to worry about if the Jets get off to a bad start, is Breece going to be tweeting things about wanting to be traded? You avoid all that. He's here. He's bought in. Garrett Wilson, signed long-term, bought in. You got your cornerstones on offense. Wilson as the receiver, Breece as the running back, and they've added pieces around those players now where if Geno Smith is protected, and I think he will be with this offensive line, you got some real players here. And that's an encouraging thing, I think, if you're a Jet fan. Again, part of the reason you want to get this deal done as well, and we talked about this on my Jets Collective podcast I host with Rich Samini and Brandon Tierney. Look at the running backs who are about to get new deals. Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs. So by getting this deal done now with Breece, the Jets probably save some money because those guys are going to make more than what Breece is getting. They're better players. And that will now raise the running back price for everyone else. So getting this deal done now, yeah, technically Breece Hall is the third highest paid running back in the league. He won't be for long, not when Bijan gets a new deal and when Jahmyr Gibbs gets a new deal. Look at the Garrett Wilson contract, for example. Look at that deal and how that deal has aged. We have receivers now making over $42 million in the NFL. Garrett Wilson is making $30. And it doesn't even kick in until after the 2026 season. So that contract is a steal if Garrett is back to being Garrett, which we all think he will be now that he's healthy. So I love this deal. Breece is a good player. The Jets don't have enough good players. Let's be honest. And again, we all know if Breece was on the Chiefs or if he was on the Ravens or the Rams, he would be a monster. We all know this. Why do we have to pretend like that's not true? He's good. The Jets can't just replace Breece Hall. That's the other thing that always drove me crazy with the discourse. Just draft someone. Just find a running back. Who? The Jets don't have this rich history of just finding a running back on day 3 that's any good. I like Braylon Allen. I think he's got some potential. That's all it is. He's coming off injury. I think Isaiah Davis is a nice scat back. Remember the hype for Izzy Abanikanda, LaMichael Pirine, Michael Carter? You can't just find a running back. All right, Breece is a good football player who is still young enough where he could easily give you 4 or 5 more high-level years. He's 25 years old. He's here for at least the next 2 guaranteed. Great. We all knew this would be a 3-year deal with really only 2 of it guaranteed, and it's basically what the franchise tag would have been for 2 years, but without the distraction. And it sends the right message to the locker room. And again, the Jets are now built to be able to handle a young quarterback in 2027. Look, we're all rooting for Geno Smith. I hope he balls out and he saves Aaron Glenn's job and he's awesome. The reality is the Jets, they know their future is in the 2027 NFL draft with 3 first-round picks and the quarterback class projecting to be a whole lot better. They have the bookend tackles with Armand Membu and Olu Fashanu, Joe Tippmann at guard, Garrett Wilson, Omar Cooper Jr., Mason Taylor, Kenyon Sadiq, and now Breece Hall solidified for at least 2 more years. This team has a chance to, dare I say, be competent this year on offense and actually be set for 2027 and maybe beyond if they could get the quarterback situation figured out. Big if. This is not bad. Remove Jets from the helmet and look at the starting players that the Jets will take the field with offensively. There are good players here. And Breece Hall, no matter how anyone feels about him, is he great? Is he good? Where does he rank? He's a good football player who can make plays and help this team win games. So I am thrilled that the Jets got this deal done. It was the right move. They didn't overpay. It's 2 years guaranteed. The Jets are projected to have the most cap space in the league. Next year. They have $150 million that they could spend. You could slightly overpay if you want to call it that, when I don't think it is, because again, Gibbs and Bijan are about to get new deals. This is the cost of doing business. Like, thanks for being loyal, Breece. You're here. We want you bought in. Yeah, we'll pay you slightly above the tag for 2 years, and the third year has no money guaranteed, by the way. So it's 3 years, $45 million. Don't think of it like that. Again, it's 2 years and $29 million. That's the contract. 2-year deal. All right. This team lit money on fire last year by giving Justin Fields $30 million guaranteed. All right. I could deal with Breece Hall for $29 million guaranteed over 2. Let's be honest about that. Hit the like button, comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. So we already announced what the giveaway prize was today. I wish I could switch it to something Breece Hall related, but it's still pretty sick. In honor of Jets rookie minicamp getting underway today, at the end of my show, this show right here, we're going to raffle away a signed Kenyon Sadiq helmet to anyone who enters the raffle by gifting a fellow Asmaniac a channel membership or sending in a $10 super chat. Raffle tickets are $5 a pop, but $10 is the threshold to get in via super chat. You'll get 2 entries. So if you want in on the raffle for a Kenyon Sadiq jersey or it's Kenyon Sadiq signed helmet, now's the time. We also have a signed Joe Namath helmet, signed Richard Todd jersey, signed Boomer Esiason helmet, and a signed Vinny Testaverde jersey I will raffle away tomorrow on the show. But Breece Hall has signed an extension, and tonight's dinner while watching the Knicks hopefully go up 3-0 in Philly is going to be a little Breece by the Beast cereal, baby. Remember Breece had his own cereal a couple years ago? I saved the box. Well, now we can get some more good mileage out of this Breece Hall cereal box. But I'm pumped for Breece, and I think this is a good move by Darren Muji and the Jets. And one other point on Muji before we bring on our first special guest. Have you noticed that Darren Muji is operating so different than how Joe Douglas handled contracts? The Jets basically have their entire rookie class already signed. Joe Douglas, if it was up to him, he still would be arguing with David Bailey over, guaranteed offset language in the contract 4 days into training camp in July. I mean, they got everyone signed. Klubnik signed, Bailey, Cooper, Pons, everyone. Sadiq. I think the Jets have signed almost all their rookies, if not all of them. I haven't even checked. So they're moving, man. Muji get things done. He makes trades. He's not afraid to be aggressive. I think we have a general manager. We're going to find out if we have a head coach. But either way, the stage is being set for someone to play quarterback in 2027 that will have a chance to succeed if it's someone they take very high in the draft. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Hit the like button. Breece Hall signed for 2 more years. Thank God I didn't want to have to light another Jet jersey of mine on fire after we did that with Sauce and Quinnen and Rodgers and all the jerseys the last few years that have just gone up in flames. Jermaine Johnson. So at least we know, Jet fans, we got Breece 2 more years. 2 more years. 2 more years. All right, some memberships that came through. Let me shout out Chili Plays. He's the first this afternoon to enter our Sadiq signed helmet raffle. He's in for 5. Hit the Jet chant. Chili, I want to thank you. Here we go. I got more to read off. Why is that? Well, guess what? We got our first 20 spot of the afternoon. Are you kidding me? Frank P.
The Jet fans getting a little crazy.
It's raining memberships. We have never seen it like this, baby. Breece is back. Give me a hug, Woody.
I hug him every day. I hug him every day.
Yeah, baby. Hit the Jet chant once again. Let's go. Frank P., you're a legend. If you hear your name called, Frank made you a channel member, one of 20. Here we go. It's raining memberships. Where's my rain sound effect? I need it, damn it. Hit the damn rain. There it is. Here we go. Sunday Smoke Podcast, Gleddy, Eddie Ray, Chris Hamilton, MB, MSV263, PM199, Dana Russell, DB Boxing Fan, John Santos, Knicks in 4. I threw that one in. Darnell Baker, Big Timer 85, James Roos, Jacob Benillos, Lou B. Jet Superfan. You didn't get a membership, but hi, Lou. Honey Dukes, Eli Alonzo, all receiving a gifted membership. And then, wait, we got one more to shout out here. Austrian Jet Fan in the raffle for one. Stu Jam Walton receiving a membership there in our gifted membership program. All right. Breece is a Jet. Chet, how we feeling? We'll take your calls on this topic as well. I'm pumped. I'm excited. And I think Darren Muji and the Jets got this deal done, and it was absolutely the right move. Jets, let's go! If you're one of the 450 people watching right now, make sure you click the like button and you subscribe to the channel. Joining us right now is our film guru. It's our friend from JetX, Joe Blewett, who was supposed to join me today for a detailed D'Angelo Pons review. But we're putting that on hold because, Joe, let's talk Breece Hall, baby. I put up some film here of Breece's 2025 season. Let's go, man. You excited that Breece is back?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely excited. I was really excited to do the Pons review too, by the way. That one's going to be a fun one. He's going to impress a lot of people here. But yeah, I'm excited about Breece. 24 years old, top 5 player on the Jets roster. You can argue like 3, 4, 5 in my opinion. Really going to help out whoever the rookie quarterback is going to be next year. Team control that third year seems like a team option that third year. It's 3 years, 45, 29 guaranteed, right? So if he's not performing up to the contract, then you get rid of him after 2 years. And beginning the contract talks, early on into the season and the off season, we were talking about like $12, $13 million for Breece, right? That's probably where we expected him, but Jeremy Ruckert just got 2 years, $10 million. Like, I'm not losing Breece Hall for half of tight end 3 money, it's worth it to me. He's really good. He's a really good player. I think he's more in like that 7 to 12 range of running backs. But like you were saying, with all these contracts coming up with, I believe it's Bijan and Gibbs, that contract is going to be or look like a bargain in a year or two. When Bijan and Gibbs get signed, and then in a year, 3 other guys get signed. Typically, when you're in the top 10 of your position, whether it be a guard, receiver, running back, whatever it is, you're going to get like a top 3 contract. That's just how the NFL works nowadays. And it's how it's been working for a few years now. So it's a completely justifiable contract. They have a ton of cap space. Make it as easy as possible for Reich. Make it as easy as possible for Geno Smith. And then obviously, again, for the rookie upcoming, most likely in 27, unless Geno Smith has some type of Fitzpatrick resurgence type of year or whatever it may be. I still think they draft a quarterback in that instance. But nonetheless, yeah, it's a good move. These are the 2025 highlights I cut up. I'll have a review up of him relatively shortly. I already recorded it, so should be out in a few days. But as you can see, he had a bounce back year this year after being a little bit disappointing in 2024.
And to your point, Joe, you just look at the Jets' lack of playmakers the last couple of years. The idea that we're going to nickel and dime one of our own who has proven at the bare minimum to be a good player, it just never made sense. It's not like the Jets are short on money. They're not paying anyone on their roster right now. Garrett's extension hasn't even kicked in yet, and that looks like a bargain, not even 2 years into that contract. He signed it not even a year into the contract. He signed it last summer at the start of training camp. So I just think, given where the Jets are as a franchise, they could afford to slightly overpay, if you want to call it that, to keep one of their own and send the right message to the rest of the team. And Breece turns 25 at the end of this month. He's young, and his best football is ahead of him. And you and I know that if he was on the Chiefs, if he was on the Ravens or the Rams, he'd be way better statistically than what we've seen with him as a Jet. And I think that needs to be part of the conversation as well, because other teams valued Breece. That's why they used the full franchise tag and not the transition tag. They knew Denver or another team was about to offer Breece a big contract, and that's why the Jets used the full franchise tag as a placeholder in the first place.
Yeah, I made the argument recently with Will McDonald. Like, if he was on a better team, I think he's looking at 12 sacks last year. And you can kind of look at it with Breece Hall. Like if he was on a normal team last year who had an actual quarterback, he's maybe up towards 1,200 rushing yards or something like that. So in 3 years, like if he is, again, 24, so next, I don't know when his birthday is. I don't know if it already happened or whatever, but let's say he's 26, 27. By that third year, $14.5 million by that third year is going to be a really, really good price for Breece Hall. And hopefully this changes his mindset a little bit. I got a little bit concerned that he wasn't going to sign the contract. I don't know if you talked about it on your show recently or in the last few days, but he retweeted that Antonio Brown tweet about like sometimes you have to change scenery, whatever, to get inspired or something. And I'm like, okay, like a little bit more of like Breece retweeting some sketchy tweets or whatever it is. And he's signed now, so hopefully he's happy. He's a leader on the team because he's one of the vets now, which is crazy. The Jets have a really young roster. He's a top 5 guy, so keep him happy. And it affects the locker room. Obviously Garrett has seen Jermaine Johnson leave, has seen Sauce leave, so I'm sure Garrett's happy. We need to keep him happy. He's the number 1 player on the Jets roster right now. By the way, I think Membu is too, and may fight for 1 this year. He's an absolute stud. But yeah, I'm happy. Hopefully, it changes the mindset. Hopefully, he dominates. Hopefully, we have a coordinator in Frank Reich who actually uses him in the receiving game and in the screen game a little bit more. And then again, that rookie quarterback comes in, whoever you prefer next year, and having a guy like Breece is great. They don't really have a great running back 2 right now. I do have an issue with that graphic you put up before of Braylon Allen being the number 2 running back because it is Isaiah Davis, because he is the second best running back on the Jets roster.
He very well might be. Look, Braylon Allen I like, but he's coming off injury as well. It's not even that. And for people might think that's crazy, but for people who have been following me for a few years, I think that Isaiah Davis was better in college. I think he's better in his rookie year. I think he's better in his second year. It's just factual, like to me at least. But nonetheless, obviously I'm just joking a little bit there. But yeah, no, Breece Hall is a great player. Again, I'm not gonna have issue over $2-3 million, maybe even overpay. And I really don't even think it is that much of an overpay, just based on, like you're saying, with Bijan and Gibbs coming to the market. And that might have been part of the negotiation, right? Like, hey, give me that 14 million, 15 million now, because Gibbs is going to sign for more than that in a couple of days and the price is just going to go up. So you cannot, excuse my French here. I know we curse in the show, but like we can't bitch about $2-3 million.
100%. And to your point, like, I don't even think it is an overpay, because the franchise tag for Breece Hall this year, he would have played at $14.3 million. It's going to go up a year from now as the NFL keeps just making money hand over fist. So the salary cap's increased, the tag numbers are increased. It's probably going to be closer to the full 15, maybe even 16 a year from now.
Next year it would be 120%, right? If they did it back to back, it's 120% the next year, I believe.
Correct. So yeah, and you look at how much is guaranteed. It's basically 2 years of the franchise tag, $29 million. So the headlines, 3 years, $45 million, third highest paid running back in the league. It's $29 million over 2 years, and this is before Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson get their deals, and next guy up pushes everything down. So I just think Darren Muji is a very impressive general manager so far. Like he gets things done, man. He operates quick. Like he's a man of his word. He says he's going to do something, and they do. Like we're so used to these things just taking forever and dragging out. Like I was not expecting a Breece contract done today. I was out and about and I checked my phone. I was like, oh my God, really? Like I thought this was going to be one of those, the deadline's July 15th and, they get it done July 13th or July 14th, like right before. Like I did not think this was going to get done, 2 weeks after the draft, like, as quickly and efficiently as this seemingly went down.
Yeah, wild day. I think all the draft picks are signed right now, but Omar Cooper Jr. as well. Like, there's no camp holdouts. Breece Hall is signed. UFOs on Twitter. It's just crazy day. So yeah, no, I like the way that Muji operates. Obviously we have some issues with what he's done in the mid and late rounds at times, but realistically, I think people are a little bit too harsh about even like the draft class last year with him. It's like, oh, Maui Noah is not a great player already. It's like, he's a 5th round pick. If he develops into a good special temer his 3rd or 4th year, then that's a hit for a GM. In the later rounds, and I actually think he had some flashes, but nonetheless, we're not here to talk about Maui. No, it's about Breece, and I think he's about worth that price. And again, whether it be $2-3 million of an overpay, if you really want to argue that, and you don't think it's an overpay, and I think it might be a slight, but like again, $1 million, $2, like who cares about it. You're talking like vet minimum type money. I really couldn't care less. They are saving a ton of money, obviously, with Geno Smith's contract as well, because of the money he's getting paid from the Raiders. So it makes a ton of sense to extend Breece. And really, the only thing they're missing on offense, well, obviously, it's the biggest piece, right? It's quarterback. What will Geno Smith do this year? And then really past that, like past the quarterback position. And the only thing I'm a little bit disappointed about this offseason is not addressing the interior offensive line a little bit more with at least competition for Myers, or a starter for to supplant or take over for Josh Myers. So they can address that next offseason as well, obviously, as too. Now, next up, let's get Tippmann done.
I agree. Tippmann should be up next in terms of some of the extensions the Jets could potentially give out. Another thing with Breece and just Muji and the way they handled this, when they didn't trade him at the trade deadline, I was big on this. I think many with a brain were, well, that means you better keep him. Like, you either get a deal done with Breece, or you at the bare minimum use the tag and you don't lose the guy. You cannot go out there after you didn't trade him at the deadline. They wanted the third. That was the threshold. Kansas City only offered a fourth, and the Jets said, nope, we're just going to keep Breece at that point. Well, then you had to keep him, because you're not finding anyone that is good enough to replace the level of player that Breece Hall actually is. So the fact that they were able to not only just be smart and keep him and use the tag as a placeholder, but then actually get a deal done, again, that's just smart team building. Like, Darren Muji knew what he was doing. They had their price. Price wasn't met. Okay, we're moving forward. Breece, we want him part of our future. We're going to make sure he's either on the tag or we're going to eventually get a deal done. And they did that. So again, we've seen Jets GMs just botch this exact type of situation. They got it done. They chose to not trade him. So then you got to keep them. And they did. And they got this done on May 8th, which is like a record for like Jet drama being resolved this quickly.
Yeah, we said that, right? Immediately after the trade deadline, we heard the rumors for the 4th round pick. And it's like, you better sign him now, because if you didn't, now you're not getting that 3rd or 4th round pick for Breece. And, if you was to play on the franchise tag, at $15 million this year, week 7, 8, 9, like what are you getting at that point? A 5th, a 6th round pick. And, obviously those are dart throws at that point. So is it even really worth it at that point to get rid of Breece? So you kind of needed to sign him after that. And again, I think it's a very fair price for Breece Hall. Again, near a top 10 running back. And I think, next year with hopefully an offense that can actually pass the ball, and there's a lot of diversity on the Jets passing attack in terms of obviously like Sadiq and Cooper and all the things they can do. Hopefully he continues to show out, and he has more room to run. And again, hopefully Reich actually knows how to use him better than, Nate Hackett and all that stuff. I don't make the corny joke of week 7, didn't know he can receive the ball and all that stuff, but it's valid. Like, he just hasn't been used in that way, and he needs to be. And hopefully Reich again will be doing those type of things for Breece Hall, because as you see, he's a very versatile weapon for the Jets. Now, he's a little bit boomer busty as a player, but that's fine, right? Like he can get you 1 yard 60. That's kind of the player he is. But some of the explosion came back this year. He was near the tops in some of these games in miles per hour, I believe. There's some games he's like 22, 23, which is like some of the fastest in the NFL. So he might have lost like a few percentage of his explosion, but he's still an explosive player.
In terms of how they use him, Joe, you're a film guy, so let's talk more about that. How can they use Breece Hall in this offense, from what you know about Frank Reich, what you know about Geno Smith, and just the players that the Jets have added? How does all this kind of work for Breece Hall now to be, an impact player going forward? Because I still believe Breece Hall's best football is ahead of him if he's used properly. So your thoughts on how the Jets could potentially now deploy him?
Yeah, I think there'll be. It seems like, at least with Reich's last year in Carolina, he ran more inside zone and duo. But based on the Jets' offensive line, I would like to see them run more outside zone type stuff. Just because you look at the Jets' offensive line, right? Like, if we're just going to label guys, obviously in one or two categories, or one of each of the two categories, whether it be power or finesse, like Fashanu is obviously much more finesse. Tippmann, more finesse. Myers, more finesse. Parham, more finesse. So you want those guys moving a little bit more. And I think that's where Breece is a little bit better, like stretching out the defense and maybe hitting a cutback for some big yardage. So want to see Breece more in those zone type concepts, which I do think they will deploy. And again, hopefully Reich is looking at the offensive line and saying, okay, this is an offensive line that should be more movement based than power and moving guys. And then really like with Reich, and you look at all of the weapons on the Jets team right now, I think they're going to be really, and this is like, I feel like it's oversimplifying the offense, but I think they're going to be really dependent on the screen and kind of the extension of the running game with the screen game. Look at like Sadiq. Like Sadiq can run with the ball in his hands, and I think he has to improve his yak a little bit, but nonetheless can run with the ball in his hands. Cooper can make guys miss. Isaiah Williams right now, who's receiver 4, can make guys miss. Garrett Wilson can make guys miss. Breece Hall, if he's in the receiving game, can make guys miss. So I think they're going to be really reliant on like the screen game, and I'm excited to see Breece Hall in that screen game because he is a guy who you get him into space and he's explosive. You know, I want him getting outside of the box as much as possible. So I think the screen game will do good for him. And I think Reich will do that. The outside zone scheme, the zone scheme in general is better for Breece. And I think Reich will lean into that. And then just on top of that is use him as, again, like they have so many guys on offense where they're like indicators to what the defense could be doing. Again, with Sadiq and flexing him out or Breece and flexing him out. Is it a linebacker? Is it a safety? Is it a corner? Whatever it may be. So if Reich is smart, he could really kind of clear up the picture for Geno pre-snap. And I'm hoping he changes his ways a little bit. And again, transparently, I didn't watch him with the Eagles, like study him with the Eagles or anything like that, or even with the Panthers. I know Sabo went back a little bit and watched with the Panthers, and he wasn't very motion based. So I'm hoping he does that this year, more motion, again, flexing guys out, seeing how the defense reacts instead of being more stagnant. So hopefully Reich does that. And again, take advantage of some of these matchups because Breece Hall is legitimately a guy. And I do think this is overused in terms of like, oh, a tight end is bigger than a corner. He can beat him every time. Like if that's the case, then I can show you reps and we'll watch reps of Pons locking up Sadiq. So it's not just based on, the size and all that stuff. Like you have to be a good route runner to take advantage of said size and the speed. And Breece Hall is actually a solid route runner. So he's a guy who could legitimately take advantage of that. And he could beat a linebacker one-on-one in those situations. So again, I do think that's overused, that like those terminologies, but not wrong in terminologies, like that statement of, he's bigger than the safeties and, or he's faster than the tight or linebackers and bigger than the safeties. I do think that's kind of a little bit of horse crap, but with Breece, it kind of does apply because you have to actually be able to run routes and he can. So they better use him correctly now that he's making $15 million a year though. That's for sure.
100%. Joe Blewett is my guest from JetX, jetsxfactor.com. If you have a super chat for us to respond to, we're going to do those coming up. I see a bunch of them already. I promise we're going to get to them shortly. And for those just tuning in, Kenyon Sadiq signed helmet up for grabs today. Got to be one of the first helmets he signed since he's been a Jet, because I've been on every memorabilia site trying to get Jet rookie signed gear, and there's not much out there yet. So I did purchase, though, a Sadiq signed helmet. So one lucky Asmaniac has a chance to win if you gift the membership or send in a super chat. That qualifies. We'll get to those coming up. Breece Hall did send out a tweet after the news broke of his new contract, and I think this will make Jet fans feel good. Cried for the first time since I tore my ACL. This day really hit different for me, man, with some emojis there. So Breece is pumped, and I think Jet fans should be pumped. I know I'm pumped to continue to just proudly display Breece the Beast cereal in my man cave here, Joe.
Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed. I didn't throw on I didn't have the wherewithal to grab the Breece Hall jersey before I came down here. Yeah, hey man, like we can have some chance. We can have some Hall chance. We can have some Cooper chance maybe for the offense this year. Like they listen, and these guys have to develop, right? Like Sadiq is not a finished product. He obviously has. It's a swing on pure upside, and I said that pre-draft. I'm not going to change post-draft. Like it's a home run swing, but they have a ton of weapons, man. They got weapons everywhere. I think really this offense. If we're talking about like holes they can fill, and they had about, tell me if I'm wrong, like $40-ish million, right, left. And most of the draft class has signed. So I don't know if that's changed a little bit, but they have enough money, and I will feel as happy as I possibly can about the offense. Obviously with realistic expectations. Like I want Joe Burrow at quarterback, but. Like based on expectations this year, if they were to add a receiver 4 and a center, this offense for the first time in forever, I could say it's actually pretty stacked, which is crazy. Obviously, minus quarterback. Don't get on me about that. But the skill positions, man, like if you were to take a really good quarterback, if you were to take Mahomes and put him in this offense, can you imagine what we'd be doing with all these
Mahomes
weapons?
With this O-line, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson,
Absurd.
Omar. Yeah, they again, they're set up if they get the quarterback right. The coach and quarterback, if that is somehow finally connected at the same time, the Jets can get out of this rut. They're not that far off. They could actually get it right.
3 firsts for Burrow next year. We don't need any more players on the offense. Is that going to happen?
Or here's the dream scenario. You ready for this? You get
Russell Wilson.
Yeah. Arch Manning, right? And you trade one of the first, you get McVay. Pair them up. Here we go.
Yeah, now it's a fantasy land, man. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna have to go to the doctor. I'm gonna have to go to the doctor if we get Shanahan and McVay and Joe Burrow on the Jets next year. That'll be a problem, man. I don't know if my heart can handle it. We are the most tortured fan base in all of sports, so we deserve it more than anybody. So it's fun. Like this is going to be a fun offense. We really have to see what Geno Smith's about. You can say whatever you want about him last year, and again, I'm not here to glaze Geno Smith or anything like that, but terrible situation last year with the Raiders. Not only the players, the offensive line, receivers dropping passes, running the wrong routes. Chip Kelly and Pete Carroll having different philosophies and calling plays that weren't in the game plan, like all the stuff that was going wrong with Geno Smith. Listen. Justin Fields played like a third string quarterback last year, maybe a second string quarterback. Geno Smith's at least respectable, where if he's like the 20, again, however you quantify this, he's like the 24th, 22nd best quarterback in the league this year. Huge step up. And with these weapons, like this offense has the potential to actually be a decent offense. And we haven't had that in quite literally over a decade, right? Well, I guess with Rodgers at times, right? We were decent, but they just couldn't finish drives and things at the end of games. But it'll be exciting with all these young guys. You're talking about almost every weapon on offense is 24 or younger, right? Like there's really no weapon that is old on this team. And maybe they add a guy. I've been a really big proponent of Tyler Lockett for months now, saying, hey, add this guy. Played with Geno Smith, the Seahawks, played with him with the Raiders as a veteran guy who could lead this group. Reliable add him and give me like a Graham Glasgow or Ethan Pochich or whoever's out there as offensive lineman, and let's roll.
Let's roll, baby. Let's freaking roll. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. The great Joe Blewett is with us here. We are presented by PrizePicks. Download the PrizePicks app. Use the promo code HMA. Put $5 in, and you can turn that into $50 in lineups easily. So check that out. Again, the link is in the description. Click that link, download the app, code HMA. I bring that up because we're talking about Breece Hall, Joe. Well, on PrizePicks right now, you can take a look at Breece Hall's future numbers. And I think if he's healthy, he's going to rush for over 1,000 yards again. His number's set at 975.5. The rushing touchdowns is 5.5. The receiving yards is 325.5. And receiving touchdowns is 2. Would you go more or less on each of these numbers here?
Yeah, I couldn't do it quick enough. Like what is 1,000 divided by 17? What is that number? Like it's like 50. I think it's like 58 off the top of my head, like something close to that. I'm not greatest at math. I think it's like right around 58. It's like 58 yards a game. He could definitely.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. There you go. Yeah. So, I think he could easily get that, especially again, and I know they don't have a Hall of Fame quarterback or anything like that. With all the weapons they have, they're going to have to lighten the box a little bit because last year they were stacking the box, right? Like you have Justin Fields, who the only thing he could really do well is run, and he could run the ball well, but my God, ask him for like a read option and ask him to make the right call, whether pull it or hand it off. And he was just horrific at that. So he really wasn't even good at running the ball in that sense. So I would definitely smash the over with the rush yards. The rush touchdowns, I really feel like you should almost hit all of these. Now, the thing is, like, okay, obviously there's a lot of weapons on the Jets offense. There's a lot of mouths to feed. Again, sounds crazy saying that. But I would hit all the overs on this. The only thing I'm a little bit hesitant on is like maybe the rush touchdowns because he's not like the best red zone runner because he likes to operate in space and he's not a guy who's going to put his head down and stuff. And maybe in the red zone, you're looking at guys like Braylon Allen if he's healthy, or Isaiah Davis, who's a little bit more power based than Breece Hall is. So that's the only one I'm hesitant on. But yards, rush yards, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns, I would hit the overs on all of those. And can you parlay them? Like what would the parlay be with all three of those?
Yeah, you could put it all together and you just go on PrizePicks and you'll see there's different combinations that you certainly can make. Shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring our show. Again, code HMA and support our sponsor. Click the link in the description. Takes you right to the PrizePicks app and you can download it and make your own picks. Again, Breece Hall signing a 3-year, $45.75 million contract. The only number that matters, Jet fans, for those of you just tuning in, is $29 million is guaranteed. That is essentially 2 franchise tags. Breece could have played on the tag this year for around $14.3 million. Instead, he gets a new 3-year deal with the first 2 guaranteed. We'll get to your calls coming up, but right now, let's do some super chats. And again, a signed Kenyon Sadiq helmet is our raffle prize on the show today. Phantom Lights checking in. Phantom says, Muji is absolutely cooking. Free agency signings, check. Draft, slam dunk, check. Early draft signings, check. Breece deal, check. We don't just have a good GM, man. Man is great. Look, I'm a Muji fan. I believe in the Muj. I will just say this. Many of us really thought Joe Douglas was the guy. And unfortunately, he got the 2 biggest things wrong and never recovered. His head coach hire, his quarterback pick. Now, Muji may or may not get the chance to hire his own coach. We will see. But he hasn't taken the big swing yet at quarterback. And when he does, that will likely define his tenure here. So we'll see. But I think so far, all we can do is evaluate what has happened to this point. And I feel good about the general manager of the New York Jets.
Yeah, me too. I agree. Free agency signings, there's really not one that I could criticize. When in years past, I remember Uzama, I'm all excited. Let's watch some Uzama film, like 3 games, and I'm like, oh my God, how did this guy get $8-9 million from the Jets? Same thing with like Tomlinson and a bunch of guys they've signed in recent years. And even Muji last year with Cisco, like that was a confusing one. But this year, all the signings, I think were pretty good prices for what they got. The draft was good. I don't know if I'm going to say slam dunk yet. Obviously, we have to see exactly how it develops. I do love the first round, obviously, getting Sadiq and Cooper. When it was just Sadiq, I got a little bit panicked, but getting Cooper I thought was great. We can have some qualms about the 4th round. Again, for me, I would have rather just taken Klubnik at 103 and then hope Darrell Jackson fell to 128 or whatever it was. So the draft was good. I'm not going to say slam dunk, but overall, ton of potential there. The early draft signings, yep. 1,000%. Breece deal, 1,000%. He addresses things quickly. I also like how he speaks to the media and he says a lot without saying anything as well. So yeah, it seems like the Jets have a GM, and he was a guy who was more of like an unknown when they initially were talking about him being, hired by the Jets. And you hear a lot of people who respect him around the league, and he's getting a lot of praise around the league. And again, that's not something the Jets have had. Obviously Douglas, like you said, he missed out on coach, he missed out on quarterback, and we still have to see about the head coach and quarterback with Muji. But everything else he's done has been really, really good. So it's hard not to be excited about the Muj. Yeah,
and one of the things that I think you have to like is that the reputation for Muji around the league is really positive. And that matters, because if he's going to get a chance to hire his coaching candidates that are going to take the Jets seriously got to believe in the GM to take the job, because you have all the issues that come with the owner and the stigma that surrounds the Johnson brothers. So you need to have faith that the guy that you're going to be working for, the GM you're going to be paired with, knows what he's doing. And I can't tell you, Joe, the amount of people I've spoken to around NFL events that I was at this offseason, whether it be the Senior Bowl or whether it be Super Bowl Radio Row, talking to players or talking to agents and talking to just people in the coaching community at the combine, coaching agents, GM people, like just every event we did, it'd be like with Glenn, I don't know, man, or like people that like Aaron Glenn as a person, they're like, he's a good guy, give him a chance. No one's like, it's going to work. When you bring up Muji, it's like, that guy's smart, great plan, knows what he's doing. So I think we have a general manager, and the reputation stuff matters if you're going to try and attract Mike Tomlin, Sean McDermott, Davis Webb, if he's the hot offensive guy a year from now. Like, if you want to get a top coaching candidate, if Glenn can't figure it out, you need to have a GM that knows what he's doing. I think we at least have that.
Yeah, I'm genuinely very curious if this year doesn't go as planned in terms of, again, head coach, quarterback, offensive coordinator, all big questions, but some of the other guys produce, you see some flashes from Sadiq and Cooper and everybody else. Like, what are the legitimately, what are the chances that Muji would stay and, Breece, or not Breece, Aaron Glenn would go? Because, we'd like to think that, yeah, that's probably the smart move based on the reputation, the stuff you're talking about and the moves he made. But obviously, Woody Johnson's a little bit unreliable and unpredictable. So I'm hoping that if it doesn't work out, Muji's brought back, because I think he has that reputation. Again, like you said, he can attract coaches where if you bring in some Joe Schmo, Mike McCagnon or John Izek, like, is Tomlin going to be here or want to be here? Now, with that being said, like, if they were to fire Glenn after this year, 3 first-round draft picks, all the talent they have, like it would be kind of hard not to take the job. I think it's
most cap space in the league.
It's a very attractive place, and maybe that goes away, right? The most cap space in the league because they got Breece now, they got Tippmann. I'm not sure who else. You're gonna have Fashanu in a couple of years, so there's some guys to sign. But yeah, like this is an attractive spot now. Woody Johnson, MetLife, etc. But with the talent, like this would be a good spot for a good coach if Glenn doesn't work out. And obviously we're Jets fans, right? So I want Glenn to come in here and I want the Jets to go 17-0 and win the Super Bowl. Would I bet my life on it? No, but this is about as good of an offseason as we could have possibly had. It's an upper tier offseason for the Jets. And I am not one, if people have been following me for a little bit, I'm not one to just gas up the Jets. I will criticize them quite a bit. And this offseason, I really don't have many criticisms minus, again, some minor tweaks here and there, but I think Moody's really been killing it.
Super Chats cut the line. Big fella says, Breece, no more moping, bro. Well, look, he should be excited now. He's bought in. They gave him 2 years, guaranteed money. Like, no moping. Let's go. Be part of the solution, the change around here. Chili checks in. This was the final piece to the puzzle. I love the optimism from Jet fans, man. We are a special breed.
Yeah.
We are a special breed, man.
What was the tweet? I think it was from Dana or Danger Zone, and when Breece put out some tweet, he put him like that in that goth makeup or something like that. I don't know if you saw that a couple of months ago, but yeah, hopefully there's no more emo Breece and he's just happy. And listen, Breece is not necessarily my cup of tea in terms of his personality at times, but as a Jets fan, I want everybody to love the Jets and be happy on the Jets. So to see that he, cried tears of joy today, and he's a good running back, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for the Jets. I hope he dominates here again. I hope Glenn is the best coach in the league. I hope Breece is the best running back in the league. So as a Jets fan, you want to see people succeed, and obviously we're all hoping for that because we are starving for it, especially me, Jake, because at least you have the Knicks and blowout wins and stuff. But man, Jets, Mets, Nets, Devils, it has been brutal. It has been brutal. So
it's not too late, man. You could join the Knick bandwagon. The Nets don't even play in Jersey anymore.
They left you.
Come root for the New York Knicks.
Dude, I can't, man. And I'm sorry. I know a lot of Jets fans are Knicks fans as well, so I'm going to offend some people, but the Knicks after the game, ripping jerseys off of people and stuff, somebody's going to do it to the wrong guy and get shot one day. So they got to chill with the performative stuff after the game. That does annoy the shit out of me a little bit, but I know a lot of Jets fans are Knicks fans, and I would probably be the same way. So maybe I'm just a hater. Transparency. I'm just a hater. We'll see though. Sunday is the draft lottery for the Nets. And if they fall out of the top 3 to 4, I'm not going to switch, but maybe I'd think about becoming some an Atlanta Hawks fan or some random team.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Blewett is my guest. Super Chats. We'll cut the line. We'll get more into that Kenyon Sadiq signed helmet. Want to get to your calls as well. I'm thinking of the time I met Breece Hall out and about in the West Village last year. We both were getting some Joe's Pizza, and now there'll be more Joe's Pizza for Breece Hall, as he could go out and about in the West Village for at least another 2 years, fully guaranteed. Joe, your thoughts?
Just not enough to make him look like Russell Wilson on the Savannah Bananas. Just pizza here and there is a cheat meal, but we got to keep Breece nice and healthy. But he's a homegrown guy. The Jets don't really have a lot of good players who are homegrown guys. I hope he comes on your podcast. Maybe he does that. He comes on a stream after you meet up with him for some more Joe's Pizza. You can convince him. So
we talked about it when I met him, but it hasn't happened to this point yet.
Have you had to go through his agents and stuff? So sometimes it gets tricky. They don't even hear about it, but the agents are like, screw you, basically.
And not even that. It's just Breece is one time. It was like this with Revis too when we eventually got him on the show. It's like these guys just pick and choose when they want to respond.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, in the moment, he's not going to be like, nah, I don't think so. So yeah, it happens. Hopefully, I hope he does jump on the pod. That'd be awesome. You know what I really want to do? And again, maybe I got to reach out. I don't think it's I would love to break down film with Pons. I want to do it so bad because I'm telling you, I was so excited to do that review today. I am so excited about him. And especially after watching him, not just the highlights and stuff, he is such a good football player. And again, we'll get to it, but I'm not just saying this for shock value. I legitimately think he's one of the best value picks the Jets have made in the last 10 years. He's one of my favorite picks over the last 10 years, just based on where they got him. So they're bringing a lot of fun and exciting guys. So hopefully Sadiq hits the ceiling, Cooper hits the ceiling, Breece is dominating and stuff. It's just it's going to be a fun year, like regardless of exactly what the record is and stuff. Like there's so many fun guys to evaluate and look at. It's not like the Jets teams where it's 2021 where like Frank Gore is running the ball. It's like, who cares? Like, why am I even watching this? Like at least if they suck this year, we can watch Sadiq and Cooper and all these guys. So I'm really excited to just watch these young guys and see how they develop.
That we will be back next week for the full film review for D'Angelo Pond. Some more super chats I want to hit. Let me shout out Derek, the Kansas Jet fan. He's the latest to enter the raffle for the signed Kenyon Sadiq helmet. This super chat is from Phantom Green and White, who says, I think Breece is going to absolutely eat in this offense. Geno will actually be able to get on the ball in the screen game. I think so too. I think if Breece is healthy, and look, he plays a position where there's always a high chance of injury, but if Breece stays healthy, to me, he will have the best season of his career. I don't think we've seen the best of Breece Hall yet. That's always been my frustration when talking about him. I think if he's healthy, we got a chance to see it this year, and I hope we do.
Yeah, he has not been used the right way, undoubtedly in the receiving game. So they need to do that because he can run routes. I don't think he's Christian McCaffrey or anything like that, but he's definitely a plus route runner. He has some good hands. You saw in the highlight film like some of the contorted catches he was making, the quick acceleration. So yeah, you need to get him into space, and like the screen game to me is just an extension of the run game. It's just more in space. So I'm hoping with some more motion and with all the weapons they have on offense that Breece Hall is going to see those lighter boxes and they can confuse some defenses with some different looks, fake a screen to Sadiq and then throw it back to Breece Hall. So if Reich fails this year, obviously it could be Geno Smith, but he has so much to work with that if he fails, it's like pretty squarely on him.
Super chat from the Dream, Andrew C. Can we please try to get Breece involved in the passing game? I keep hearing about it. We've been talking about this for years, Dream. You're 1,000% right. Before we move on from the super chat here from the Dream, how about this video the Dream sent me this week, Joe Blewett? Your thoughts on this?
Look at that. Little turkey action.
Little turkey action, huh?
Okay, so did you just get an unsolicited turkey video?
Yeah, and that is not even in the top 10 craziest emails the Dream has sent me over the last 6 months.
I would love to get it in. Maybe a pre-show one day. You can give me a little sneak peek behind that, because that is, like I don't imagine what I would do. Like at 10 o'clock at night, get an unsolicited turkey video. Like it's the craziest thing in the world. But that is fantastic, Dream. That is great.
Dream, you're the man. Appreciate you tuning into the show. Let's see. Indy Jets checking in. Indy, your signed Joe Klecko Hall of Fame inscription football is on its way to you in South Carolina. Shout out to JoJo for winning the prize in our raffle last week, and she wanted to donate it to Indy Jets. So, Indy, I sent that out today. You'll get that sometime early next week. Douglas said one thing and did another. Darren Muji, say it and then does it. Well done. We have our guy. I agree. I think words matter. Actions matter. Yeah. And Muji has never lied to us or an agent, to my knowledge. Like, he's been consistent with the messaging and he gets things done. And I respect it. I think the people around the league knows that stuff.
Yeah. Not to be like vulgar or whatever, but like, it's just funny. Like, what are we going to talk about? Well, I know what I'm going to talk about because I have so much film to do over the next couple of weeks and months and whatever. But they kind of, there's no topics, right? Like they signed all their rookies minus Omar Cooper. I'm assuming that'll be done, or it's probably done already. I haven't checked my phone in obviously quite a bit. They got Breece done. Like, they kind of blew their load early. So, in a week, tomorrow, the next day, and then through July, like, what is there really to talk about? We have like rookie camp and some OTAs and whatever else, but it's going to be a dry 2 months. But luckily, at least, if you are interested in the film, I have so much coming that I can carry at least my Tuesday shows, my usual Tuesday time slot. So it's like he's just an adult. There's none of this crap where it's like you're fighting about offset language with these contracts. Just like get it done. That's exactly what he's done. So bravo.
I'll tell you what we're going to be covering. We're going to be covering rookie number gate. Oh, baby. Here's number 31, David Bailey. Or is that Antonio Cromartie who put on some pounds?
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like the 31, but as you can see behind me, 31 was my number as well. So maybe it's written in the stars. You have Bailey for, and then you have my number, then you have Aaron Glenn's number. So I was hoping he rocked 31, and he's rocking it. So hopefully he dominates. And we have to review him as well. Again, I went back and watched every single one of his games, and we'll talk about what I saw with that. But Yeah, I'm excited to see him, and he seems like a really well put together kid and very smart, and maybe that's something that led them to him over a guy like Reece. And I don't want to be judgmental here or anything like that, but I can tell you when I watched some of Reece's interviews, even pre-draft, I was kind of like, But Bailey seems very smart and put together. So hopefully, again, not my pick for 2, but I hope he obviously dominates and. I don't hate him like my boy Sabo. So
I will say this. Speaking of rookie numbers, Omar Cooper nailed it with 83. I love 83 on him. Santana Moss reincarnated. Let's go.
Yeah. No, I'm 100% with the 80s numbers for receivers. So I love the 83 on Cooper, and I am an aesthetics guy. I don't know if it's because I played football or whatever, but like I get excited about like arm tape and jersey numbers and towels and visors. I've always loved that type of thing. So I was waiting and tweeting the Jets for like multiple days in a row. Like, hey, it's been 4 days since you said rookie numbers are coming soon. And then they put out that horrific graphic, horrific. Like, and again, like, like I have a crazy schedule and stuff. So like I just woke up, whatever. Like I'm trying to look at it. I'm still like just waking up. I'm like, what is this shit? Like, I can't even see what the numbers are. So their social media team has been lacking a little bit this year.
They got killed online for that, by the way. Destroyed for that graphic they made.
Yeah. No, I saw it. And they deserved it. Just like, let me see the numbers and like do a cool reveal or something. But yeah, for the most part, I like all the numbers. I'm hoping that Sadiq maybe switches if a number opens up, but for the most part, I like the numbers. And again, I know it means nothing, and there are the people out there who will be like, I don't care if they wear tutus if they win. Like, okay, fine, dude, I get it. But there are certain people who like aesthetics, and I am definitely one of them. And Cooper in 83 is nice with the probably not the nod to Santana Moss, but for the Jets fans who've been around for that long, love it.
Did you see Klubnik coming out today? I look, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself here, but
the Chubb for Club.
He might be the next Joe Namath just based on this video alone.
Yeah, the hair blowing in the wind, all of that stuff. Yeah, man, like
he can't suck. There's no way a man that with this much swag can suck. There's no way, Joe Blewett.
And another thing about it too with Klubnik, and obviously he's a Jet now, so we're gonna root for him. But and like you could tell when some guys are like, yeah, I'm happy to be a New York Jet, but like he actually seems like he's legitimately excited to be here and for the opportunity. So you gotta root for the kid. Number 10 is a great Jet quarterback, number, at least relative to our history. A great quarterback. So yeah, hopefully it works out. I've said it, and I said it on your show when I did the film, and I did the 25 film and as well. And in a few weeks, months, whatever, we'll probably dive back into that. But he has a potential. Again, does he reach the ceiling? Most likely not. But I think he has at least the upside, at his maximum ceiling as a starter, where guys like Garrett Nussmeier, guys like Beck, I don't think they have that physical capability, like just in terms of their athleticism and stuff and their arm strength, whatever else it may be. So he has the opportunity to, if he hits his ceiling. Again, when I bet on it, no, but got to root for the kid.
Love it. And I'm telling you, the odds increased after this video dropped, courtesy of the Jets on social media earlier today. Rookie minicamp for the Jets underway today and tomorrow. Glenn spoke earlier. We'll cover some of what he had to say when I go live for my Saturday show tomorrow around 11 a.m. Some super chats, then we'll hit some calls with Joe Blewett hanging out with us here as we react to breaking news. Breece Hall and the Jets, a new 3-year deal. Two of those 3 years are guaranteed, and that's all that actually matters. Andrew C. says last season Jake showed a playoff hunt map, and instead of those straggler teams in the hunt, it was called lurking. Guys, I want to lurk. We haven't lurked in a long time. No, I mean, the Jets have been irrelevant the last several years. The last time they lurked was 2022. When they went out there and started 6-3, and they were 7-4 with Mike White after they beat the Bears in that day after Thanksgiving game, or that weekend. I was at that game in the rain. Then they collapsed, lost the final 6. That was it. But that was the last time they played meaningful football at the end of the season.
I know you were. I know that's like the probably your most viral moment, right? Was after that Jags game. I was there as well.
Yeah.
In the rain, like a 40-yard underthrown ball by Strubler. Like we deserve it, man. And even that season, like it was 5-2 after the Packers. I went to that game as well, and it was the best trip of my life. I don't think I'm ever going to top that for the rest of my life. And but it's like we're about to board the plane, and Elijah Moore is tweeting about not getting the ball. I'm like, you or not getting the ball, yeah. So I'm like, you got to be kidding me. But yeah, and not even lurking, man. Like legitimately, how many seasons have been over by like the end of September? It feels like, and obviously,
I used to joke, can we make it to Columbus Day? That was a thing. I used to joke all the time. I'm like, can we get past Columbus Day?
Like, cause like last year, you know, you get blown out multiple times, whatever. It's like week 3 or 4, like, okay, we're done. I remember Sam Darnold that one year, we got blown out by the Niners. We get like Mostert or whatever it was. They had like an 80-yard run, like the first play of the game. Then you get blown out versus the Colts, like the next game. So not even lurking. I would like, and obviously, yes, I would like to lurk, but can we have a season it's like mid-October, November, like at the bare minimum? Like we have really been abused where they have given us zero hope over the last decade. So again, we deserve it more than anybody. So yeah, if we're in that graphic for in the hunt or lurking or whatever you want to say in December, I'm going to sign the dotted line for that right now, no doubt.
Asman says, Breece Hall. We know the lane train is pumped that Bruce and Breece are sticking around for another 2 years. Shout out to you, Asman. NC says, Jake/Joe, what's the plan to shore up the O-line to be a top 5 unit? Depth on center is weak. I mean, that's the one thing I would have loved to have seen them do with maybe one of those 4th round picks. Mm-hmm. Look, I think they like Josh Myers. I think they like Inez Cooper as you know, the backup there at guard. They know Tippmann could always move back to center if there was an injury to Myers. So, yeah, I mean, look, you got to hope that you get some great injury luck for the 2nd straight year with your offensive line, but at least 3 of your 5 starters are above average. And I think in the case of Membu, he's got all pro potential. I think Olu's got Pro Bowl level potential, as does maybe Tippmann. So that should be enough. If you're properly coached and you have a competent quarterback who could adjust protections and stuff, that's enough to be a very good unit like they were last year, even with awful quarterback play.
Yeah, I agree with you. Specifically at that 4th round, I'd rather have Klubnik if they liked him than hope that Hecht, however you say it, Sam Hecht from Kansas State fell, or whoever else it may have been, whatever your cup of tea was. That's what I preferred because I don't think Myers is good enough to start. And last year he wasn't signed as a starter. Let's be real. He was signed as a high-level backup who can play the interior offensive line. So maybe they have a plan. Maybe there's a guy they're eyeing in the trade market, just like they brought in Phillips and Briggs. Maybe there's a really good backup, you know, that's available for a 6th, 7th round pick swap or a 7th round pick or whatever it may be, who they plan on bringing in or who they're ironing up. And there are some players out in free agency. Again, transparently, have not watched these guys, but their names I recognize with like Pocic and Glasgow. I think Zeitler's still out there. I know those guys are guards. I think Pocic is a guy who could play guard and center to my recollection. But and you can always move Parham into center. Parham's played center before. He was brought in to be a center with the Raiders, at least I believe, based on some research. So if you bring
have 3 centers, you're right. Tippmann, Parham, and Myers all could play center.
Yeah. So if you were, and I don't want to move Tippmann personally, I rather move Parham in because shorter deal and all that stuff. I don't want to screw with Tippmann so much. So yeah, I would really. That's like one of the final pieces for this team, and I would say like the biggest needs and. We could talk about quarterback. I think it's really interior offensive lineman, far and away the number 1 need on the interior on this team right now. Receiver 4 and linebacker, and you could fill those needs with all collectively like $10-15 million. So I would like to see them address those needs. And if the weakest link on your offensive line is like Zeitler or Pocic or Parham, your offensive line is damn good. So I think this offensive line is like sniffing a top 10 line or what could be a top 10 offensive line. If you're to get another like average-ish type of starter on it, this should at bare minimum be top 10, if not a top 5 line, especially considering that you're anticipating, or you should be anticipating, steps in the right direction from guys like Membu specifically, because dude, I just put out a review of him. He was so good in so many ways this last year. And then
he should have been rookie of the year if the Jets were in dog crap.
There's so many like little technical things he did really, really well for a rookie. I'm really, really high on Membu's future. I think actually Tippmann's probably our 2nd best offensive lineman relative to their position right now. And then Fashanu was a little bit disappointing last year. He didn't take as big of a step up as I wanted him to, but he's still an average-ish left tackle who's young and who has plenty of room to develop. So you have 3 good guys there. Again, I think Parham is at least a decent left guard in the league or a center. He was decent with the Raiders in a terrible situation. I know their starting left tackle is Colton Miller, right? But I think the backup was playing for most of the year, and he was horrific. So he was not playing in a good situation. And I still came away from watching his film, and maybe we'll watch that in the doldrums of the dog days or whatever of June or July. But I thought he was at least average. So if you were to bring in another guy who's at least okay, this offensive line should be really, really good.
Keep rolling with the super chats here. We'll hit these quick, then do some calls. Just end the suffering in the raffle for 2. For those tuning in late, Kenyon Sadiq signed helmet is our prize. I will get some Breece Hall signed items for next week's daily raffle and the weekly raffle. Now that we know Breece is here for another 2 years, baby, maybe I'll get him to sign a Joe's Pizza box for some lucky ass maniac out there. Super chat from the big fella. Just imagine if we hit on Klubnik. Imagine. Oh, baby. Wouldn't that be something?
Hey, maybe maybe like we missed out on all the first picks. Maybe it's this, maybe it's him, or it's what's I'm gonna blank out on his name now. What's the dude in the supplemental draft who might be
Brendan
there?
Sorsby. Would you bet on Brendan Sorsby?
Would I bet on him? Yeah, I don't know. Obviously I have to watch him. It seems like he was kind of rumored to be like a third-ish round pick this year, like he was coming out this year. So with the gambling stuff and all of that, like I probably throw up a 4th round pick for him, I think at the highest, because you don't know the suspension. And then on top of that, like if he is suspended, you spend a 4th round pick on him. Let's say it's a 3rd round pick, right? You spend a 3rd round pick on him. You have him and Klubnik. He doesn't play all year. Klubnik doesn't play all year because Gino is at least going to be decent. And then you go into next year and you have 2 guys who are complete unknowns on your roster. And then you're bringing in another rookie. So I think you're kind of like overloading the position, which I get it. Take those dart throws. But a guy who was seemingly like a late 2nd to a 3rd round pick this year with all the problems, I would probably throw a 4th and not higher than that for me personally, just because of the muddy quarterback situation as well. With like, I don't think he's going to be able to play enough to prove that we shouldn't draft a quarterback next year.
Mickey Rosa writes in, Breece, Garrett, Cooper, Sadiq Taylor, all 1st or 2nd round picks, and all here for at least the next 3 years. Just need a quarterback. Future is bright. I'd add a head coach to that because Glenn's got to prove himself after a nightmare year 1. But this league's about quarterback at the end of the day, and the Jets need to find their guy. I think Gino could be a good bridge for a year, and let's see. Keep taking swings at the position. Klubnik, I'm sure at some point will get a look. And more importantly, you have 3 first-round picks in what is supposed to be, and we all say this with the caveat, supposed to, but I do think it will be a much better 2027 QB class in general, and that's when the Jets are going to take their big swing, and at least they have the roster in place to give that kid a chance to survive, unlike Sam Darnold, who was the right pick, so the Jets actually can draft the right quarterback. They just failed him with the coaching and the roster they handed him. Sam's a Super Bowl winning quarterback, folks. We know how good he was since he got to Minnesota a couple years ago. Like, they could get the right quarterback, but they can't fail that quarterback, and hopefully they're now set. If Sam Darnold had this team, he'd put up big-time numbers. Like, that's how you got to look at it. Yeah, no doubt. Sam, Frank Gore, he had a bottom 3 offensive line, like each of his, he played here for 3 years? Each year. Like Semele, remember him? Yeah, it was a bottom 3 line every single year he played, and he's throwing to like Robbie Anderson and who's the dude from the Brashad Perryman, and Kellen Davis and stuff. It's like, Robbie Anderson was solid, and then they let him walk. He didn't even get Anderson for his full Jets tenure. Yeah, exactly. And there's somebody in the chat who's saying like, oh, how can I say Olu is average? Like, if you really need me to, I can make a low light film of Olu. Like, I'm not trying to shit on Olu too much. I'm just being fair. We don't have to gas up every single player we have. But nonetheless, I think he has a lot of room for improvement. But yeah, Darnold was not put into a good situation, from the O-line to the defense, like having to produce, guys being able to tee off on him, everything. Like, there was nothing around Sam Darnold, and they definitely failed him. And like I said, obviously, and like you said as well, it's head coach, it's OC, it's quarterback. But past that, this offense, again, like if you were to remove head coach, which is so stupid to say, but like if you were to remove like head coach, quarterback from every roster in the NFL, like where would this roster be talked about in terms of just the talent on it? Like it would be up there. I think a lot of people are saying like, yeah, this defense is only going to be average, or the offense is only going to be average, only because of, again, those positions, which is obviously valid, right? Like that's the biggest driving forces of the offense and the team in general. But there's plenty of talent right now. I would say it's at least top half of the league in talent, minus, again, the quarterback, head coach, all that stuff. 100%. Johnny Bonnie in the raffle for 1. Thank you, Johnny. All right, one last acknowledgement before we hit a couple calls here. Breece Hall is a Jet. And speaking of Jets, Janice Jet is in the raffle for a 10 spot of gifted memberships. Let's go, Janice. Hit it, Adam Shine.
Jets line is solid. I'm a huge Breece Hall fan. I was obsessed with Sadiq, certified free, 7 days a week, certified free. Obsessed with Sadiq, certified free, 7 days a week, certified free. I was obsessed with Sadiq, 7 days a week, certified free, 7 days a week. Obsessed with Sadiq, 7 days a week,
7 days a week,
certified free.
Yeah, let's go. Our new anthem for Kenyon Sadiq, courtesy of Adam Shine. Brian J. Glick, Kick Out Jams Joe, Short Key 73, Kids Vlogger, Nelson Morales, Alan has gonorrhea, Dom Sorrow, Anthony McClaney, Cares When, Tim Tasher, Nixon 4, all receiving a gifted membership there from the Janice Jet, who has a chance to win a signed helmet by Jets rookie Kenyon Sadiq at the end of our show.
Are you a happy guy?
Oh my goodness, let's go!
I'm excited to see what they could do with Sadiq in this offense, Joe. I really am.
Yeah.
I mean, he is as unique of a player as the Jets have had in a very long time. So I am very excited.
Squarely on the Jets coaching staff's shoulders because he needs a ton of development. He really does. But in terms of the freakishness, like we did that review and just seeing him hurdle guys, like just absurd athleticism. So yeah, if he could round out his route running and then if he can add some weight, and that's one of the questions I have about him is because he is already like really, really yoked. But if he can add another 10-ish pounds and block a little bit more in line, and he can really be a true threat in line and outside of the box, because right now you have him as a wide tight end. Blocking, it's not going to go well unless he's like cutting off a guy on the backside of an outside zone. Like, okay, he's fine there. But if he's him on the front side of a play, that might be a problem. But in terms of the upside, again, it's a home run swing. If he hits and he reaches his potential, you're talking about a top 5 tight end in the league. Again, not expecting him to get there necessarily, but just look at how damn athletic this guy is. And again, Sadiq the freak, like there's a reason people are saying that because he is ridiculously freakish with the athleticism. So the Jets coaching staff, the tight end coach, who, forgive me, I do not know off the top of my head. I'm not the best with some of that recollection type stuff with the coaches, especially the more obscure ones, but I'm hoping you really develop him, and Reich has the correct plan for him because he's a guy who needs development, but my God, that ceiling is ridiculously high.
You're going to love the tight end coach's name. He's got a tremendous name. I remember when they hired him, I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. I want to get his exact name right. It's the DT not updated. It's I don't think it's not Jeff Brasco anymore. It's Alfredo Roberts. I think I just wanted to confirm that it is Alfredo. Alfredo Roberts is the Jets tight ends coach. It's the name Alfredo. Love it.
Alfredo. I don't know. Okay, so 20 years of coaching experience, most recently with the Steelers, and they've had like Freiermuth, and they've had some good tight ends there. Coaching tight ends since 2003, so at least he's been coaching for over 2 decades, and it's not like, hey, bring in a offensive line coach who's never really coached the offensive line, or a quarterbacks coach who's never really coached quarterbacks, who coaches running backs. So coaching for a good organization recently with the Steelers, over 2 decades of experience coaching tight ends. He has a lot on his plate with Sadiq, no doubt. And hopefully he does a good job with him. And obviously, again, Reich utilizes him in the right way. I do think it'll be a little bit more of a slow burn with Sadiq. So I would be patient with him because he has a lot of development to do. So, and especially with tight ends too, right? Like, one, it's a very hard position to play because you're basically an offensive lineman and receiver in the same position. So there's a lot to learn. And then also with all the variability with how you can use him you can line up in the freaking backfield at times if you really wanted to, or out wide, or at X, or at Z, or at slot, or at Y tight end, or H back. Like, he can be used in so many ways. So it's not only like he's just a basic traditional Y tight end like a Mason Taylor is. He has so many roles to learn, and he's already really raw. So if he's not producing like you think he should after a year or two, don't jump off the ship. It might be a slow burn, 3rd, 4th year, and he really, really takes off.
Are you ready for some calls, Joe Blewett?
Yeah, let's.
I got Gator sending me all these clips right now. I'm like, I'm texting him. I can't keep up with all the clips you're sending me as we're doing a breaking news show, but I can play one of those clips that was just sent to me because I think you'll laugh, Joe.
Good job.
So that's what I'm dealing with as I'm trying to host a show right now.
He's got to improve that form. He's got to improve that form right there, Max. Let's get full extension on those.
Prison Mike, you're first today. What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's up, guys? Joe, come over to the Knicks. Stop the suffering. Just come over, okay? No problem. We'll accept you. Listen, I really feel we finally got a GM. Okay, I'm down in Boynton Beach, Florida, visiting Mom for Mother's Day, and had to call in because this Breece Hall thing comes through. Listen, all these comments that we've heard during the season, you believe 90% of it, right? Is he happy? Is he not happy? But come on, here you got Breece Hall. He says, geez, I got Sadiq. I got Amar Cooper. I got Garrett Wilson. They have to cover those guys. I have an offensive line. I may have an offensive coordinator that, here's a shocker, loves to do screen passes like the rest of the NFL. Okay, so I just think this is a no-brainer, and I think this GM is just like, not giving us a story like you said, Jake. Just I really do.
Mike, we were losing you there. Look, I think Boogie's been smart. I think he's been a man of his word, and I think getting this deal done again is a no-brainer. He's a good player. You have all this cap space. We don't need to nickel and dime with one of our own. Get the rookie draft pick signed. He's doing that. Get Breece signed. Let's do a Tippmann extension next. Like, let's set the stage properly for where this team wants to go in this rebuild, because they are set up with the draft capital and the cap space they have. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Again, if he was like 27, 28 years old and we were so far away, then it's like, what are we doing? But if you get some of the right pieces in here, you can see it turn around really quickly, right? Like, again, I know obviously it didn't go the Commanders' way last year, right? But the prior year, we were expecting them to be a bottom 5 team in the NFL. They went to the NFC Championship game because they hit on the quarterback and the coach. And Dan Quinn has questions about the future, but nonetheless, they hit on quarterback. So if you can hit on quarterback next year and hopefully a good class, obviously it could be just like this year, and we're looking at 1 or 2 first-round quarterbacks again. I really hope not. I hope that we are watching the quarterbacks and kind of scattering them throughout the season, and there's 7-8 guys who are absolutely dominating. That's what you should root for, even over the Jets. Obviously root for the Jets this year, but like even almost over the Jets, root for every college game you watch of these quarterbacks for them to just dominate. So we have a ton of options to choose from. So yeah, if they can get the right guy next year, man, again, this offense can really take off.
No doubt about it. All right. Prison Mike's connection dropped off. Let's see if we can get Winston in here on our show. Hello, Winston.
Hey, Jake. What's going on, man?
Winston.
Yeah, I follow him, man. Knicks fan. Come on, man. Stop playing. You know you love it. Listen,
yeah, I love the environment. I won't lie. I love the MSG environment. I'm not a fan of any team in MSG, but I can't do it. I'd never really be accepted. I would never trade on my team. So I'll just root for the lonely. I'll root for the lonely Nets getting 2,000 fans in their stadium, which is an awful spot to even go to anyway.
I hear you, man. Hey, listen, Breece bought in, and that's one step for the 11 wins. Another step closer, Jake. He's bought in. We don't have to worry about posts and all those Twitters or whatever you have it. He's bought in. That's what this is showing right now. It's showing that the team is putting together unity. It's showing that they believe in what's going on. And listen, man, I love it. With the offensive line we got, getting Parham, he already has report with Gino with the Raiders, putting that together. I'm telling you, man. I am telling you. I got the Jets 10 in defense, 8 in offense. Gino, I'm looking at my notes here. 28 TDs, 12 interceptions. Take the 5.5, guys. Take the 5.5 is a sleeper. Take the over on the wins. 5.5. And Breece I got for 8 touchdowns rushing. And he will have over 1,000 yards. Listen to me, man. We are back. We are back.
I love it, man.
I'm telling you.
Here we go. Let's go.
I'm going to let you go because your audio sounds like you're underwater there, but we got the gist of it. Look, there's a big difference in take the over 5.5, which I think the Jets can definitely win more than 5 games, and Winston, who thinks they're going to go 11-6. I don't think we're there yet. This team won 3 games last year. Have they dramatically improved? Yes, but you could make a case they were the worst team in the league last year. In fact, I will make that case. Yeah. They were worse than the Raiders. The Raiders just got the first pick based on strength of schedule, percentage points, point differential wise. The team the Jets ended the year with was the worst team in football.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Again, we're the first team in NFL history to lose 5 games by 23 or more points. And I get, like, people can argue, oh, yeah, you're tanking, but there's a level to it, right? Like, there's are we the first team in NFL history to ever tank? Like, we're the worst tanking team of all time. So yeah, it was really, really bad. And I saw that we have like a top 5 easiest schedule, but when you actually go through it, I don't think it's super, super easy. So we'll see. I'm hoping that they get some easier games right off the jump, and kind of get them rolling a little bit. And I'm hoping for not like any good teams at first, and you start at 0-3, 1-3, whatever it is, and the air is kind of popped or let out of the balloon. You're too early into the season, so I'm hoping they get rolling a little bit, like a Titans week 1 or whatever, but. we'll see what happens. There's a couple of good storylines with week one. So hopefully, again, it's an easier game. I can see the Chiefs being an option. Obviously, the Titans with Salah. I could see the NFL giving the Bills a easy opener, or an easy opener. Hopefully, you whoop their ass in their new stadium, obviously. But a few possibilities. But let's hope for the Titans week one.
I think it's going to be Tennessee. And they have to win that game. The Jets, it's not the win total that anyone should be focused on. It's, can they get off to a decent start and give us a season? And can Glenn get off to a good start to kind of validate that it's a different year? He hired better coaches. They have better players that fit what the coaches are trying to do from a scheme standpoint. Like, they need to get off to a 2-2 start. Otherwise, it's going to snowball again. I can see it now.
Yeah, no doubt. And I don't know if it was with you. I think it was maybe with you with Harrison Phillips at the was it the Combine or the whatever it was?
Radio Row. I had him on.
Radio Row. Okay, yeah. Like, he was kind of talking about like that negativity and stuff. And these guys have experienced so much losing, and the Jets just have that losing kind of aura around them. So if they start out slow, man, like you said, exactly, it could snowball. So a hot start for this team is huge. Get some guys confident, because 0-3, 1-3, 1-4 type stuff to start the season. It could snowball. It can get really bad just based on the last few years and how that's kind of happened. So yeah, give me a couple of cupcakes earlier, at least games that can really compete in and hopefully win. You don't want like the Bills again away start week one. I can see that happening. I'm really, really, really hoping that's not what the start of the season is.
I completely agree with you. Shout out to the champ, Chef Kevin in the house. Let's go, Breece Hall. Knicks N4. We got to get the lane train on, get his thoughts on the big Breece Hall contract extension. Jetstream says Sadiq and Taylor will allow Reich to run the offense that he wants to run and call the plays he wants to call. Yeah, I mean, a lot of 12 personnel, 13 personnel even. Have Ruckert out there on the field. You don't want to be a predictable offense. The Jets have been so predictable. The different things Geno can check to, because of the different matchups Sadiq and Taylor offer you if they're on the field together. That's exciting from a coaching standpoint to kind of see how Frank Reich wants to deploy these guys.
Yeah, again, he has everything available to him. So anything he could possibly want to do, he should be able to do. So if he fails, it's squarely on him. And again, Geno Smith is not necessarily something to write home about, but he's good enough. Like he can at least get it done. Where again he could be in the low 20s and maybe has a really good season. And we're looking at Geno Smith reinvigorated, and we're talking about him with the Seahawks, and and I apologize, I forget, was it Winston was talking about like 28 touchdowns? Like it's possible, right? He's been in the mid 20s and 4,000 yards before. Now I do think they'll emphasize the ground game a little bit more, so maybe he's not there, but and I think the numbers came out right on Geno Smith. Like there were some numbers I saw of him that were just really low for the predictions for him. But I can see him around again on the higher side, like a mid 20s touchdowns, 3,500-ish yards, and hopefully he can control the ball and not force it. And because he is a guy too, where like at the end of games, he's not a guy who's just going to dink and dunk and try to up the stats. Like he will try to fit balls into tight windows and things like that to come back into the game. So the numbers might be a little bit worse for him, but I can see him around mid 20s touchdowns and, 13, 14, 15 picks. He's not having to force the ball. And that would be excellent with what the Jets have on offense. So it's possible that this offense is actually pretty solid. And if it's not, then Reich is not the guy.
Amen. The supplemental draft, the Dream asked about it. I don't feel like getting into all the minutia of it, but essentially, Dream, the teams are slotted based on last year's record. The Jets would be in a group with all the teams that won less than 6 games. They would then bid a draft pick, and whoever has the highest bid would get the player. There's some convoluted rules where it's not apples to apples, where the draft order is what you bid and then you get the player. Based on that, there's a lottery system based on the bottom 6 teams, but essentially the team that has the highest draft pick bid on the player is awarded the player, and it's all weighed based on last year's record, but it's not exactly last year's record. It's convoluted. Google it. You'll understand it more. We don't need to spend time talking about it. I do want to shout out, though, TH3 Entertainment. He's in the raffle for 5.
They wrote me off. I ain't right back, though.
We have a signed Kenyon Sadiq helmet up for grabs at the end of the show. Your call's coming up in a moment. But first, Mike in San Diego also in the raffle for 5.
It's Jets, Jets. I love Fireman Ed, too.
Give him a hug, Woody.
I hug him every day. I hug him every day.
You got to imagine that Woody hug to Breece Hall was potent, very powerful on the day Breece Hall signs an extension with $29 million of Woody Johnson's money fully guaranteed. Let's get to some calls, shall we? Let's say hello on the Gus Buster Umbrella Hotline right now to a man we call Purple Belt Mike.
Purple Belt Mike, he loves the Dark Knight. He's got a green pool and he jumps right in. Maybe someday he'll get a brown belt, but for now he's just that Purple Belt Mike. Purple Belt Mike, it might be purple, but he can still kick your dirty ass.
Oh, fuck. Nixon 4, slam that door, baby. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if OG's out. It don't matter. Knicks are going to win 4-0, baby. That's what I got to say about that.
Here's what I have to say to that.
Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go.
Quickly, is Embiid out tonight? I know he was out the last game. Is he out tonight too?
I can't. I'm still waiting to hear from that and OG. I'm not sure.
It's not out yet. I'd imagine we'll see both guys go through warm-ups. I'd be a little surprised if Embiid doesn't play, and I'd be surprised if OG does play. I just think the Knicks are up 2-0. You don't need him tonight. If you can play game 4, great. If not, let him take the full weekend off. Let him be ready for Tuesday for game 5.
I talked to my physical therapist today because I was at therapy, and he said he thinks it is a grade 2 sprain, but he said that is so weird because you don't know if it's 10% tear or 90%, because that's how grade 2s are, and they didn't release anything about the MRI, so we really don't know what it is. So he said, based on what he sees, it's a grade 2, but that doesn't really mean much without knowing the MRI, because it could be 10% tear, which is a couple days, or 90%, which could be a couple weeks to months. So we really don't know what the actual severity is.
Yeah, I'll never really root for the Knicks. I'll be honest. I'm a little bit of a hater. I can tell you if you play the Thunder, I might have to root for you guys though, because the amount of flops on that team, and then SGA is talking after the game like, oh, it's all about being physical. It's like, dude, you're that embarrassing level of basketball they play. So if you play them in the finals, I might actually have to root for you guys. So we'll see.
I thought this was interesting, and I want your opinion on it. So basically, third round picks have like a 90% fail rate, and second round picks have 65-70% fail rate. So I was talking to someone at work today, and they said, if you believe that Sorsby has a 40% chance at being the guy based on the numbers, then you should bet the second round pick and get him. And I thought that was interesting because we all have this hopium with picks, and we go through our third round picks and second round picks and how many we missed. And that's a good point. If the coaching staff and Muji believes that Sorsby can be the guy more than 40%, then the numbers tell you to take him with your second round pick. What do you think about that?
Yeah, like in terms of like the math of like what's a hit, what's not a hit, you know, it kind of depends on what you consider a hit. Like I think we're talking about like the fourth round and things like that. Like a good special teamer backup role player is a hit. So like what's the you know, I can't like find the word for it, but like what are you looking for? Like what's the bar of a good pick or a hit? But I think that's generally like factored in when we're talking about quarterbacks. Like they get elevated a little bit because hey, if you think this guy can work out, then you take the swing on him. So with Sorsby, again, like I said to Jake before, it based on what I've heard and what I've read about him, it seems like he was going to be like a low second or a high third round pick this year. But then considering the gambling stuff, again, how long is he going to be suspended for? If he's suspended for like half the NFL season, or even if he's not suspended for the season, are you going to have enough time with him to determine if he's that quarterback? And then you spent a third round pick on him. You spent a fourth round pick on Klubnik. Gino probably plays most of the year. And then you go into 2027, you're like, shit, I kind of have to take a quarterback at this point because we don't really know what's going on. So you may be overloading the position. And I get that's not like a bad thing to do because the Jets need to take a bunch of swings. But I don't want to like oversaturate that room and kind of cloud it up for 27. So if they didn't have Klubnik, I'll be more willing to, third round pick, see what happens with him. But now you have Klubnik too. It's not like Sorsby was some guy who's gonna be a first round pick, like slam dunk first round pick this year if he came out. So if that was the case, yeah, fine. But he seems like more of a mid round guy. Then you have all the other things on top of it. To me, I'm a fourth round pick. But I understand people second, third round pick. I understand he has the upside, no doubt. But it's a little bit too rich for me.
Everyone was clowning Andy Reid when he shipped out Alex Smith for a third round pick after they made the playoffs, but he had a season of Pat Mahomes and watched him grow and knew. So I don't even think it would be that bad if we had a guy. Now, obviously, we don't have an Andy Reid as our head coach, but Reich knows offense. So if he can see, and the team will know We won't know because we're not behind the scenes, but the team will know the guy's good. Like even Mahomes, Tyreek Hill was like, this guy sucks. And then after 6 months, he was throwing, they were saying in practice who he was and why they were okay with getting rid of Alex Smith. So
Mahomes also played a game at the end of the regular season that year and looked really good.
Yeah, really impressive. Yeah.
But but Mike, Frank Reich might not be here a year from now. So it's more complicated than that. You know, it comes down to what does Muji think of the kid? If they,
that's what I'm saying with Muji. So if Muji believes it, then I don't think it's a bad thing for us if we use the second round pick. If the coaching staff and Muji believe it, then fine. The second round pick I think is okay because you want the guy, take it. We've missed on how many second and third round picks anyway. It's not really the end of the world. People hold on that hopium of the draft pick.
Yeah, but there's got to be a process for how you value players. Like you can't just say, we miss on picks all the time. Like you have to have conviction in the player, and it complicates things when your coaching staff's on the hot seat and you already have Klubnik, who you traded up for, and Gino needs to play in enough games to try and save this current coaching staff's job. So by the time you even go to Sorsby at some point, like, what's the state of the Jets at that point? Then can Sorsby show you enough in these games down the stretch in December, let's say, if the Jets are out of it, he gets 4 starts?
I feel
4
like
starts, is that enough to know whether or not we need to draft a quarterback in the first round, though?
But they would see him all.
But they're getting fired at that point.
I know.
So it doesn't work.
But Muji wouldn't, right?
Maybe.
We do. Another year?
I think he's here. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
How do the other
and it's
players...
different when the lights are on too, right? Like Hackenberg looked really good against the Giants in preseason. He never actually played a regular season game, so you could do whatever you want in practice and stuff. You might have an idea, but once the lights are on, it's a completely different ball game.
It's just hard to know.
Was he a quarterback too, or no?
He was in college, and then he transferred. Right? Well, he started as a quarterback. Kevin O'Connell actually beat him out. They were college roommates, and then he became a wide receiver in college.
Yeah.
So hopefully he gets it right because he played the position. We could hope, man. We need to get right. Whatever they do, I hope it's right.
If he was like a rumored first round pick, I'd be okay with a second. For me, it's a little bit rich just because like a second round pick for a guy who's supposed to be either a late second, early third, based on everything I read this year. It's just rich for what he is. And there's some people like, oh, he could have been the number 1 pick, but exactly. I don't need to say it. This is
a year ago.
Exactly.
A year ago. Look at this. This is before week 1 of the college football season. Field Yates, his top players in the draft. And he had 6 quarterbacks in his top 16 players, including 1, 2, and 3, all being quarterbacks. So it's a lot of unknown with Sorsby. We think he will be a year from now a first round pick potentially. We don't know. Like look at Nussmeier. He went in the 7th round this year with all the hype surrounding him. So that's why, Mike, I would not risk more than a third at the most for Brendan Sorsby.
Unwarranted hype, though, Jake.
Yes. But this graphic, all you need to know. That is all you need to know about the quarterback.
What's the path to playing time? You know, if they didn't have Geno, if they didn't have Klubnik, like okay, I'm more open to maybe a 3rd round pick, but I just don't see him being able to prove that he's the guy this year, especially and I know he's had a decent amount of college starts, but smaller program, you know, so there's a lot of development there needed. So he's a guy who probably has to sit and cook for a little bit before he's playing. It's not like he's ready to come ready to come in right away and dominate. So he's more of a slow burn type of player as well. He has all the tools, but he's raw. I just don't see how he kind of proves enough to not show that the Jets should draft a quarterback in 27. So I think it's almost like wasted capital at this point. And if they didn't grab Klubnik, okay, maybe, you know, developmental guy to be a backup or maybe a starter, fine. But I just don't see it working out. The guys talking about the gambling stuff, the suspension, the path to playing time, the slow burn. 4th round pick's really the highest I would go for him. And that might even be too much for the Jets. I really don't know if they even offer anything.
Joe, last one for me, and I'm going to stay on for the rest of the calls here. After seeing this clip of David Bailey at Jets rookie minicamp, are you ready to say, put this man in Canton?
Yep, no doubt. He should have been the pick all along. He's an absolute stud, Hall of Fame player. He's going to be the Jets' best pass rusher of all time. There's people in the chat who are like, quit it with the Bailey stuff. I'm like, I'm just being honest. I can't. Can we just erase all the 4 months prior we talked about these guys? Like, I still had my opinion on them, so I'll be honest with Bailey. But hey, I hope he's the best pass rusher in NFL history. I'm a Jets fan at the end of the day. And again, I don't hate him. I just would have preferred somebody else. It is what it is.
Joe, you're the man. Thanks for hopping on. And next week, we will finally get to the D'Angelo Pons film review.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So if you like film and you like Pons, be excited for Tuesday because just so fun to watch in so many different ways.
Can't wait. Joe, you're the man. Appreciate you.
Yep. Have a good one, Jake.
Joe Blewett with us there. Weekly spot on the show. But next week, we'll get back to the film review. MTA Winston checks in. Big turnarounds happen every year. Next year's our turnaround year. We are cooking. The aura is different this time. Under the radar. No one is looking to see you in December when we're in the hunt. You have them winning 11 games, Winston. That's not in the hunt. 11 games. Aaron Glenn's your coach of the year if they go 11-6. I hope you're right. I'm just trying to be as real as I could be. I think they are an improved team. I don't think they're a playoff team, though. But again, I hope you're right. It's better for what I do for a living. I spend 4 hours of my day every day in June and July when there's nothing going on talking about this team. I'd love for them to be good. I really would. They haven't won more than 7 games in over 10 years, so I'm just going to temper the expectations a little. Nick Shine checks in. You do not take an addict of any kind to be a QB. You need a clear head 24/7. Ask Manziel and Leaf how it worked out. No, and no again. Well, I mean, look, we don't know how serious his addiction to gambling is, right? Obviously, he checked himself into rehab, but is that performative potentially? Some have speculated on for him to try and get his eligibility from the NCAA. We just don't know enough about the situation. And guys could come back from having a gambling addiction. It doesn't define who he is. He's 21 or 22 years old. Like, he won't be the last player in this world we now live in where sports gambling is legal in most states to have this sort of issue, especially these guys in college that are making good money in NIL now. He won't be the last person to get himself in trouble with gambling. So I disagree with you, Nick. I'm not saying I want Brendan Sorsby. I don't know enough about the situation to give a strong opinion one way or another. I understand the Jets doing their due diligence, though. They definitely should do that. Just in the Suffering says Sorsby would sit behind Geno and would be a great ad. I don't hate it. Again, if you got him for a 3rd-round pick and he sat behind Geno with Klubnik, I'm in. And by the way, listening to Aaron Glenn today, when they asked him about Russell Wilson, sounded to me like, maybe it's not going to happen. And guess what? If it doesn't happen, that's the right move. The quarterback room for the Jets should be Zappe and Klubnik competing for the number 2. And the quicker we see Klubnik, if something happens to Geno, the better. But Zappe, I believe, is a better quarterback right now than Russell Wilson. I went back and watched Zappe's starts in New England. I watched Russell Wilson play last year for the Giants. I think Zappe is a better quarterback right now than Russ. Seriously, go look. Zappe's better than people give him credit for. I'm not saying he's good, but he's better than Russ. We don't need Russell Wilson. It's a waste of everyone's time. Go do TV, Russ. That's where you should go next.
Mr. Unlimited. Yeah, you got to be unlimited. You got to have a thought process of being unlimited.
I appreciate you, Russ, but not on the Jets, please. All right, more of your calls coming up. Reminder, giveaway at the end of the show today is a Kenyon Sadiq autographed helmet. Got 2 clips I want to play. So everyone knows I do a podcast now with Rich Cimini and Brandon Tierney. It's live every week. It's called The Jets Collective. We just recorded our latest episode yesterday. So here is the instant reaction from both Brandon Tierney and Rich Cimini on the Breece Hall extension.
Hi, everybody. Brandon Tierney from Jets Collective. I got to check in here. We talked about this on the show yesterday. Breece Hall getting that cheese there, 3 years. I love it. I think it's another great example as to how the Jets are operating in a very stealth manner. Not a lot of noise about this. They had to handle the draft, had to handle some other offseason stuff. This was on the wish list and this was on the to-do list, but they had to do it on their time frame, which they obviously have done. Shout out to Darren Muji. I'm happy for Breece Hall. He is a young, I think still ascending with better players around him, explosive running back. And you know what he's about. Obviously, you're comfortable with him in the building. He's been around for a couple of years now, so you know what he's made of. You know how he ticks. And I think big picture, this is really, really good down the road. The Jets now have very quickly become a very desirable spot for whatever young quarterback they eventually get their hands on. O-line is on lock. Garrett Wilson flies. Sadiq flies. Cooper's going to be terrific. Mitchell flies. Breece Hall flies. It's a fast offense. It's a young offense. And I'm happy Breece Hall got paid. He deserved it.
Breece Hall, new deal with the Jets. Let's head to One Jets Drive. Here's Rich Cimini's take on Breece.
Hey, Rich Cimini here for Jets Collective, talking about the new Breece Hall contract. By now you've heard 3 years, $45 million plus for Hall. A little surprised by the timing. I have to admit, I thought this was going to go until July. Not surprised by the amount of the contract. We talked about this on the last episode of Jets Collective. I predicted that the guarantee would equal 2 franchise tags, and that's exactly what it is. It's $29 million guaranteed over the first 2 years. Based on the APY, he is the 3rd highest paid running back in the league. I think that's a little rich for Breece Hall. He's probably somewhere in the 8 to 10 range in terms of running backs, but we know how this works. It's all about timing when it comes to contracts. What does this mean for the Jets? It means it's another young player locked up for the future. That bodes well. I'd like to see a little more leadership out of Breece Hall now that he knows he's going to be here for a couple of years. A little more leadership in the locker room. Also like to see more production, and that really falls on Frank Reich. You have to get this player involved more in the passing game. There was a drop-off in his receptions last year. I think some of that was due to Justin Fields. Some of it was due to Tanner Engstrand. But if you're going to pay a guy $15 million a year, you have to utilize every strength he has.
Well said by Rich there. Spot on. Need more from Breece. Be a better leader now, no doubt. And Frank Reich needs to utilize him more in the passing attack. 36 receptions for Breece Hall this past year. Lowest of his career. Why? Yeah, the quarterback play stinks, but they didn't use his talents. And I'm throwing out his rookie year, by the way, because he got hurt. He only had 19 receptions, but, I mean, he only had 7 games. He was amazing in those 7 games. Breece Hall had 76 receptions in 23, 57 in 24, 36 this past year. Use him more. And here's the thing with Breece. He is actually on his way to being a part of, like, Jet records. Like, Breece Hall, if you look at his standing in Jet history, he's going to rank in, like, the top 5 in rushing yards if he plays out this contract here. He's well on his way if you look at all-time Jet running back history. And ESPN Research had this nugget. Breece Hall is the Jets' all-time leader in scrimmage yards in a player's first 4 seasons. He's ahead of Keyshawn and Freeman McNeil. Keyshawn had 4,174. McNeil had 3,957. Breece is at 5,040. And remember, Breece missed most of his rookie year. He only played 7 games in 2022 because he tore his ACL. That's 6 games less than Keyshawn in the player's first 4 seasons. Keyshawn 62, Breece 56 in games played. So this is a very good player. And it was the right move to keep him. Hey, shout out to Marvelous, the latest Asmaniac in the raffle. He is in for 5. Let's go.
What do you need? You know I'm not in a good mood today. I already took a diarrhea dump, and my back's killing me. Anybody else need anything?
It's dumping memberships time. 5 for Marvelous. He's in the Asmaniac raffle. Keep it rolling with your calls. Let's say hello to Kyle Clifton. We got Harris on the line. Now's the time. Rapid fire to your calls before we wrap this baby up with the Sadiq signed helmet raffle.
East is really amazing. He has a real tendency to overshare.
What a man. A man's man.
Yeah, really important game tonight. You know, if you're the Knicks and you can steal one without OG, I think it really puts a dagger in the Sixers' heart. I had been on record saying I probably wouldn't have been upset if they were to tag Breece back to back. I know players hate that, but like this gives them a little bit more clarity. I think that Rich is actually underselling it a little bit because, if it's 120% of this year's tag, it comes out to be about $31.5 million guaranteed over 2 years. So if we're getting them for less than that through the first 2 years, and we can get out of it after 2, then all the better. Like it seems like Muji might be cooking a little bit. I think I kind of had Muji pegged wrong. I thought he was going to be the modern GM that kind of viewed these running backs as fungible, interchangeable, disposable. And he's not looking at it that way, probably because of the age. Maybe he thinks, like a lot of the fans do, that there's some untapped potential there. It's exciting. It's exciting if they can tap into it, and if Breece buys into it. I had every reason to trust, some of the intelligence that we had from people in our community that Breece didn't want to be here. But if he's had a change of heart and he's willing to buy in and be a part of building something here, and
he wanted to be paid, that's what it comes down to, Kyle, as I said from the beginning. And look, I'm sure when these people saw Breece and he's like, F this man, I don't want to be here anymore, it's probably like the height of frustration when you're losing and going through it. It probably sucks to show up to work every day. You want it to be paid like all these guys.
Right. He can definitely be a piece, and hopefully, there's been no degradation of his skills through some of these injuries that he's had. I want to see how he's used with Reich and some of these other pieces. It's an exciting time to be a Jet fan, and hope springs eternal when you're a Jet fan. So let's get out there, and I can't wait for camp. I appreciate your time, Jake.
Great call, Kyle. Appreciate you. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Robin says, objectively, is adding Sorsby worse than a Vic? Than Michael Vick, former Jet legend? I don't think so. I mean, Michael Vick, what he did, I think is worse than a guy having a gambling problem. But, I mean, it's still a problem for Sorsby. He's got to get that situated if he's going to be a quarterback professionally. So that's the other thing, too. Like, we don't know enough about that whole situation to even know if he'd be a good fit in New York. Has he learned from his mistakes? Is it a true problem? We don't know enough about any of this. Eddie Ray says, yesterday's afternoon show had me on the floor dying in tears. It was so funny with Big Cho and Beast. Yesterday's afternoon show was one for the ages. One we may never see again. You never know what's going to happen here.
Good job.
The Dream Andrew C in the raffle for 2. I was listening to the show earlier and I heard Beast vaguely mention, I got to go get this ball done. My ears perked up. Does that mean what I think it means? I do believe, Andrew C, that the Beast is finally going to get the custom holes in the bowling ball that you sent him. But let me ask him. Beast, are you there?
Whoa.
Beast?
Hi.
You sleeping?
Give me a minute. Let's get somebody to his dinner.
Wake up.
One. Beast. You wait your turn.
Put a light on. Nice crack.
What the? I gotta go take a shit right now.
That's enough Beast for right now. How about this from Cisco Lopez? Let's go. Put up or shut up. Luis Cipher 33. 1,000K. I have no idea what this is in reference to. Could someone please fill me in on this Cisco super chat? I do know it's $100. I do know Cisco Lopez is now in the Asmaniac raffle for the signed Kenyon Sadiq helmet for 20 entries. I do know I'm going to play this and try and figure out what the rest of the super chat means.
It's up to you, New York, New York.
So I have no idea what this is in reference to. Who is Luis Cipher, Cisco? But thank you for the super chat nonetheless. My God. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for Cisco.
Get your ass off my super chats. Some of these are gifted memberships too.
Hey.
The hell with it.
All right, let's get back to your calls. We go back to the man in his attic. Are you going to be positive? You're going to be in a bad mood, good mood? What version of Beast are we getting here?
This is one of my cards I got today. Jersey.
How are you on the line twice?
I fell asleep like a baby. Oh.
Beast joins us now. What's up, Beast? Whoa.
You look at me right in my eyes. I've been to the dark side. I've seen both the 7 gates and the 8 circles of hell. I don't think you've been there before. You haven't learned nothing just yet. You have only just begun. Just because you listen to Blink 182 and the rest of the loser band that you got your little puny little roster, I would knock you out within 5 minutes. Just give me Hatebreed, give me Wasp, give me Vader and Motorhead, and you're lights out. You'd be done before then. Completely wiped off the earth. Clean.
If Mad Max ain't yapping about jets, that boy, he's jamming. He's standing, freaking dancing, wall smashing. I'm Jake Asman. If Mad Max ain't ever stopped yapping, that boy, he still be dancing. Then call Jake Asman. He got an orange wall.
We got what's up, Asmaniacs? How you guys doing today? So let's talk about the Breece Hall deal. So it was a very good job of the Jets to sign Breece Hall to a 3-year, $45 million contract. You know, $15 million per year. It's not like that bad for a running back, honestly. We do need players that fight. We do need players that have character and balls.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
Oh man, Beastbreaker, how you doing?
Get the hell out of here! Whoever thought of this bullshit is a crackhead, a moron, and a retarded moron with the lowest IQ of dog shit and syphilis. You're an idiot.
Beast, I think you're talking about yourself, honestly.
Get the hell out of here!
Beast? What's your thoughts on the Breece Hall deal? What's your thoughts on the Breece Hall deal? Beast, Beast, you're the one who wants to get Jeremiah Love, honestly.
Is a crackhead on drugs.
Beastbreaker, put 2 Mad Maxes on. We got 2 Beast
Next
on.
son of a bitch that sends that crap is gonna have a baseball bat rammed up their ass. You got a fucking problem or what?
I don't have a problem, Beast. Let's get 2 Mad Maxes on. We had 1 Mad Max each, the other one the Beastbreakers on. Nana Madison, Amanda, what were we working on? I gotta get the temper under control. Gotta get the temper under control.
I don't want nothing to do with you. Games with I'm serious. I don't want nothing to do with you. You're a loser.
Beast, just accept you're not my league, buddy. Just accept you're not my. You're not quality. You're fiction. Beast, you're fiction.
And you're a fag. They go one-on-one, man-to-man against my world. And Dylan, you wouldn't last 5 minutes with me in a steel cage, pal. You'd be dead before you even walk the face of the earth against me.
Beastbreaker, we got 2 Beastbreakers.
You're gonna kiss my ass too in these Jets because you're you fruitcake. You're not in my league. You're
Beast, just accept Beast. I have more muscle than you. You're not in my league, buddy. I have 185 pounds of muscle. Beast, you look like that.
I used to deal with punks like you on the street. Last 5 minutes.
Beast, I can fight with you. Gary will beat you in a fight.
Your death wish coming your way.
Gary will beat you in a fight, honestly. Me and Gary are more man than you. Me, Gary, and Charles Gorman are more men than they're more man-like than you.
Get the hell out of here! Whoever thought of this bullshit is a crackhead, a moron, and a retarded. Get out of here, Max! You make me so sick. I want to punch you right in the nuts and break your head.
We could get.
You know what? You basically kissed Gary. You know why? You and him are gay lovers, and the new gay magazine of artificially intelligent retards on Love Machine potion.
You're just jealous that Gary made it to the finals. Beast, it was not voter fraud. Gary's the best. Gary's a good caller. He just lost to the best off Chef Kevin.
Shut up, fag. You ain't nothing but a. Why don't you go gag
Is Gary on the line? Is Gary on the line?
Then go kiss him then.
Let's get Gary on the line because honestly, he's winning this matchup pretty badly. But let's get more of a rumble, Beast.
I just got off the crapper 5 minutes ago.
Oh man, Beastbreaker, hi. Beastbreaker. We got 3 on this.
Un Bex.
Beast, name me 5 lost bonds, honestly. Beast, name me 5 lost bonds, honestly.
I'm not in the mood today. I already took a diarrhea dump, and my back's killing me.
Beast,
Anybody
your
else
back
need
is
any-
killing you because you have a bad diet. Beast, if you had a better diet, your back wouldn't be killing you, honestly.
Just go.
Let's go to the commercial, Jake. Let's get it.
Why don't you do one of two things? One, why don't you go hang yourself? And two, why don't you go fuck yourself?
Beast, you're just saying that to yourself.
You
honestly.
are a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Gary.
You are a
Beast, I'm in your league, buddy.
On behalf of the Jake Asman Show, we apologize for the foul language.
Here's an example of Max. This is your head. When I squeeze whatever lifeful section is left of your stinking, rotten carcass. And we are here to count you out. You're nothing but the little dirty devil. Satan, you got him on the run. What move you gonna use next? Next, I'm gonna grab a wrestler by his neck.
Good job. Beast can think. Beast, you could not wrestle me, buddy. If I was in a wrestling match with you, I would. It would be like, wah, bro. You're not going to be me in a match, honestly, Beast. You're not going to be me in a wrestling match, honestly.
You suck cock. It's all you do.
Beast. You're not in my league.
You suck cock for Gary because you blow him under the bus every day of your life. Urgent! Get over it.
Beast, you're not in my league. You're not in my league, buddy.
Gator says, I think Big Joe might need an intro.
Big Joe. Yeah, it's nice. I like my recliner. No, I just called to check in. Big Joe. I don't like all those wrinkles on my head. I don't have that many wrinkles. We're talking about Big Joe. My implants are coming in 3 months.
The Kardashian ones?
I put the jet gear on for you. Been running some errands early. Came home just chilling. Big Joe.
Hello, Joe. How are you, man? I can't. Are you all right, Joe? Joe?
Hey, I was gonna call in. How old are you?
I'm 42, brother.
Okay, I'll take it as that then. Okay, I just wanted to make that clear.
Yeah, I just got this today in the mail. This card.
Okay, because, I've said many times before, some of the most important people in my life are women.
We know that. Figured.
Okay, I just wanted you to clarify that for me.
I just barely got up.
Thank you for clarifying that for me.
I just barely got up 10 minutes.
I didn't see it.
I was knocked out.
I see it now. Nice. I mean, if that's his thing, then that's his thing.
Yeah, this came today.
I am a Jet fan.
I want one of the. I got one.
What's it? What?
Yeah, picture of the old guy. The picture.
I didn't mean to do that. If I did, I don't even know how to do that. What do I have to do?
Big Joe.
I don't know how that happened. I would never do that on purpose. I'm a big fan of yours.
Hey, is that the Peanut Man in your shirt there, Big Joe? Is that a peanut? Is that the Peanut Man?
Big Joe.
Tell me again what I need to do to unblock you.
You're fine.
Okay.
You're fine.
All right. Okay, sorry about that. I like it.
You beat it, scrub.
I do not like this loser behind me. I find it disgusting. I'm a straight conservative Republican. I like women.
Honestly, that is a great video.
Get the hell out of here. I want nothing to do with a cockroach like you.
We can fight all day.
Why don't you go by Gary and go blow him then?
I got my eye on you. Checkmate me, full screen. It's fireball, whiskey time. David motherfucking T.
Oh man, David T, how do you like the Breece Hall deal? What's your thoughts on that deal?
Honestly, I think you guys are great together, and
hell no!
I think,
Are you
I think
high?
you really
Hell
like
yeah!
each other.
Seriously?
Hell yeah, David T. Hell yeah! We're great when we're on the
kill
show together. Beast is just jealous.
Yep.
He's not in my
Beast,
league.
well, you
David
can-
T,
you
he's
can
not
direct
in my
him, he's a
league.
young
Trust me, he's
man.
not in my league.
I'll drive from the top rope.
Beast, how jealous are you that I won? You got destroyed easily by Leany. You got destroyed easily by
You know
Leany.
what?
How do you feel about
are a
Lee's? I think I made it
dirtbag
further than you. I made
moron.
Team B
You are nothing.
71 to 29,
You have
and next year I'll be up much more
penis,
run.
and you are
I'll be
nothing
running.
more than
I'll be.
loser with the slowest brain on planet Earth.
All right. Good luck to everything. I hope you come up with a really good team this year.
Honestly.
He's like, I don't
Yeah.
kick his
How do
ass.
you?
I will
I mean, how
beat
do
him
you
back.
judge it? I mean, through high school and.
I could judge,
mean,
honestly, if we were judging this matchup. Honestly,
I'm kinda
Beast is not in my
brain
league.
dead- brain
He has
dead
more
on it.
fat.
I
Most
mean,
of my
you-
muscles are real man
scout
muscles.
high school
Beast
players
has
and
a
all
lot
that
of
kind of
fat.
stuff.
Honestly, David T. Beast has a lot of fat. Honestly, let's be honest. Let's be honest with
Shut
ourselves.
the fuck up, you loser. You are a retard.
Beast, you're talking about
You
yourself. Honestly,
yourself.
Beast, you're talking about yourself.
You're
Honestly,
a freaking moron. You are the dumbest
Language.
person I've ever saw in United States history.
Beast, your IQ is no longer than toilet paper.
Why don't
Your
you-
hair-
I gotta go take a shit right now.
Oh man, David T, how do you like that Breece Hall deal? Probably like the best deal of all time. Probably the best deal.
Yes.
I mean, 3-year, $45
hear
million.
me?
We need $50 million. We need players that have muscles. You know, we need players that fight. We need players that have, good character.
Good job.
David T. We need players that have really fight. And honestly, David T, your screen is glitching pretty badly. Honestly, your screen is glitching.
And coach, how many coaches from head coach on down are involved with the whole situation?
Oh man, Aaron Glenn's the worst head coach I've ever
Yes,
seen in my
sir.
life. He's terrible. You could think Adam Gase is terrible.
Look at that. Little turkey action.
Hey. Look who it is. David T. Hold on.
I think you guys are speaking your opinion, and I respect it.
Hey. Dog getting a little crazy. What's up, David T? So, can you explain to me?
Honestly, I think you guys are great together, and I think you really like each other.
No.
Well,
that's first of all. That is fact. That is
Yep.
fake.
Beast,
Can
well,
somebody-
you can direct him. He's a young man.
Beast, you're not in my league. The dream. Who do you think's more in my league? I have standards, honestly, Beast, and I have standards.
You
You know
don't have a dick. That's all you have. You
Beast,
don't
I have
have
more standards than you. I have more
You
standards
have
than
no
you, Beast.
standards.
Uh-huh.
See, I have more
May
standards.
I speak, everybody?
I have more standards than Beast. Honestly.
Max? Explain to where this where all this beef started at. Is it because of body fat?
No,
We
this
don't
kid
have-
is a retard. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a moron, and he's
Well, I mean, if
pathetic.
he's talking about
He's
fat,
dumber-
I mean, he's
dumber
in
than
college,
Boulder
and
LeBron.
I never went to
Steroids.
college. I mean, he may, have a point, but go on,
This
Max.
is his head right here. Look
I
at
mean,
that.
we don't have beef. Beast just sits in his lair all day. Honestly, we don't have beef. He just
Get
sits in
the
his lair. He
fuck
talks
out
about
of here, you
himself.
lying sack
He's
of
just talking.
shit.
He's
But-
just
You're
talking
a
about himself.
fucking liar.
Honestly,
All right,
talking.
now, Beast.
fruit
Where
cake
did it
and a
in your eye,
Walmart.
Beast? In your eyes, where?
I gotta go take a shit right now. Get the hell out of here. Whoever
Now, all
thought
right.
of this bullshit is a crackhead, a moron, and a retarded moron with a lowest IQ of dog shit and syphilis. You're an idiot.
You didn't like him on site, man.
Get the hell out of
So on
here.
site,
Get the hell out of here.
Max. Your
I'm
thoughts?
sorry.
Max.
It's
don't
This shit is a crackhead on drugs. Get that straightened out.
On trucks.
Next son of a bitch
Max.
that says that crap is
That's
gonna have
not
a
true.
baseball bat
I'm just
rammed up
energetic.
her
That
Baseball
energy comes from
bat.
God,
What do we
honestly.
got? What, are you WCW Sting over here? What are we
Nah,
doing?
Beast just thinks all my
I had
energy
a
is from
rough
the Red Bulls,
day.
but honestly,
My back
the
told me
Beast,
my legs are shot.
but
I
really
feel
my
like
energy comes from Christ alone, honestly.
with
We were
cement on my
Fair
freaking
enough.
feet. I can't even drag them. So I'm like, ugh.
Now, Beast, let's talk about
Look, I'm
something.
not playing. I'm playing games with anybody.
Now, may I mention
And
something?
I'm gonna say half the channel are a bunch of pussies who hide in their parents' basement with their little pink, yellow, and orange panties on because they're sad
Orange.
to
You
be
finally got the
one-on-one with
color right.
against
Are
my
you
world.
colorblind? Beast, are you colorblind?
And Dylan, you wouldn't last 5 minutes with me in a steel cage, pal. You'd be dead before you even walk the face of the earth against me.
All right, fair enough. Now, Max, all right, put me in the middle, Jake. All right, thank you. Now, Max, are you aware of the bowling ball gift that I gave to Beast? Hmm?
Yes, sir. What's this bowling ball? What's this bowling ball gift you gave to Beast? Is this for his
Yeah,
bowling?
it's he got the fingers drilled. Look at this. Look at this guy.
Is this for when he bowls in Chicago? Honestly,
Huh? What? Back to
Max,
Max now.
let me give you a little history lesson, you little scrub. First of
All
all,
right. Well, maybe
age
I should shut
23,
up.
what did I do? I moved to Boston for many reasons. I had personal problems, unlike you little son of a bitch. Then years
You
later, I
fucking
moved to
did
New York.
it.
Then I did
That's
Jersey.
dope.
Then did Philly. Then did more than what you couldn't do, you little punk. You couldn't lace my boots of shit right now.
Beast.
I'm
so
just
excited
sick
for
and
you to
tired
take
of
this.
you already. You need to just die off and
Beast.
go
When
to
are
the
you going?
sunset and live in Mexico. You little tequila piece of
Yeah.
crap.
Mexico. Yeah, we know the country. Beast.
good job. We got two.
How you doing?
Two retards on drugs.
Okay, we got two
little retards on drugs. You know what? Why don't you all just
I'm more
kiss each
muscles
other,
than you. That's
finger each
true.
other, and stick dildos up your asses because you basically are gay to lesbians on drugs.
Beast, we have loopy selves. This is my real self. The lost of my loopy self, honestly,
Right
Beast.
around in Chippendale going,
Beast,
yeah,
honestly, Beast, I'm more muscle than you. That is true.
You don't have a dick. You don't have a
Let's
dick. What on?
We've all got dicks. Now, anyway.
No. I'm making it as a hard reference. I'm gonna play you.
Amanda, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, Mad Max.
Oh man, what do you think of this Beast situation?
You're lucky I don't take two of your heads and crack them like eggs.
Now, may I see your form, Beast?
My form is power.
Well, let's see. Well, not. I mean, well, yeah. Unless you bowl. Oh, okay. All right. That includes. I mean, at the bowling alley.
There's a difference between facts and fiction. Beast, you're fiction. You're fiction.
And you suck dick. You suck
guys,
dick.
fellas.
Get over
with
it.
The easy with the
Not my
sucking
fault
with
you
the
blow
dick.
Gary under the butts.
You guys want to see my
Trying
bowling
to-
form? You guys want to see my bowling form?
On behalf of the Jake Asman Show, we apologize for the foul language.
You guys want to see
All
my
right.
form? You guys want to see my
Yeah,
form?
yeah. All right, Max. Let's see.
Let's see my form. This is how we bowl. Beast.
Yeah.
Beast, honestly, Beast Striker. Beast, you're fiction. Look at my biceps. Look at fucking
Go suck Gary in the butt.
That's how you do your
Go
bowling form.
suck
Beast,
Gary
that's how you
on
do
the
bowling
butt.
form.
Why don't you and
honestly,
Oscar,
Beast, you're a fake wrestler.
You're
Beast, you are a fake wrestler. Beast, if we were in a wrestling match, you would be like, where?
Full of cock.
You'd be crying pretty badly, Beast, out there. after
and you wonder what
after
you're
I
doing
KO
this
you
year.
in a wrestling match. You'd
That's
probably be
why I got
crying
to
like
tell you.
you'd probably be crying to mommy after that wrestling match. Honestly, Beast.
You're a clown. You're a total clown.
Beast, you're not in my league, buddy. You're not in my league.
You don't league. You're talking right down here, pal. Because I am God and you're a little whore.
Oh man, honestly, we need to get.
On behalf of the Jake Asman Show, we apologize for the foul language.
WHORE. Whore. Whore.
You're talking about yourself, Beast. Honestly, you're talking about yourself.
You're wrong, pal. You're the biggest whore man Max on the
Not so much you, Max.
Beast, you're talking about yourself. You're talking about yourself, Beast.
Ride his
Honestly.
sauce every night of the week. And me, I'm a superstar who's done bleeding and it cut everything
How
on
we
my
gonna-
way. I've been in the hospital. Unlike you, you little shit. You have done.
Well, we don't know that Max has never been in the hospital. What if
That's
he got
bullshit.
hurt?
I mean, I broke my arm when I was 4, but that was like last time I was in the hospital.
Just go.
Beast, when was the last time you were in the hospital? I know you're 3-time ear infection survivor.
Yeah, you don't know shit about me, pal. That's why you're.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
Oh man,
there he
Dave
is.
Berga, I
You're
know
a
more about
big
football than
fan,
you.
bum.
Honestly, we all
You're a
know.
bum. You're a
Honestly, Dave Berga,
bum.
I know more about football than you. Honestly, Dave Berga.
Bum.
A bit very.
I
Let
could
me ask
say
you a question,
things
Beast.
about
Let me ask you a
you 'cause
question,
you're a
Dave.
bum.
How much
That's what
football
I
do you know?
think,
How
'cause
much
you're a
football do you know? Because
bum.
honestly, Dave, you're not
Come
a
on
real
down to
man.
Miami,
You're not a
big
real
mouth.
man. You can think, oh, you know more football because
Come
you're like
on
75
down.
years old. Come on. I know more football than you.
You have no
I wanted to just
respect.
get Brendan Rice.
You're
I
a
thought
bum.
when they drafted Malachi
You
Corley.
You're
Oh,
a
man.
bum.
I drafted Malachi Corley. I
lost.
thought that was the worst move of
Get
all
off
time.
the
When we
show.
drafted
You're a
Kobe Bottom,
bum.
I wanted Jessica JSN. You could think, oh, you're 75 years old. You've been
You're a
tested.
bum.
Yeah,
You're a
I know more football
You're a
than you,
trash
Dave Berga.
talker.
Berga,
You
know what?
fraud. You bum fraud.
I mean,
You
you're talking about
bum
yourself, Greg. Honestly, don't be a we have
fraud.
the next going on. Tonight.
Number one fraud.
Let's go next. Let's go next. Let's go next. Baby.
There he is.
We got it. We got to go.
You're a
Let me go,
fake
Jack, but
fan,
honestly,
bum.
What do you think, Brega?
You're
What
a
do you think
bum. You're a
what do you think-
bum. Bum.
What do you think,
Bum.
Brega? Honestly, what do you think? What do you think?
I
of
could
that?
say things about you because you're a bum. That's what I think because you're a bum. Come on
Honestly,
down to
we need get a
Miami,
little
big
match
mouth.
for Brega, because honestly, Brega.
Come on down.
Because you're just Brega.
You have no
kind of rude,
respect.
honestly. Let's talk
You're
about
a
yourself.
bum.
You
You
hate
suck.
Gorman. You Gorman, bro.
You're a bum.
Gorman is probably the best call.
Get
in the world.
lost.
You don't
Get off
disrespect
the
Gorman
show.
like that.
You're a
You don't
Max,
bum.
easy. Brigger, what's up, man?
You're a bum. You're a
Me?
trash
You just
talker.
hate Gorman. You just
I'm
hate
a bum
Gorman
You
now.
lot.
fraud.
hate Gorman.
You
Me?
bum fraud.
Oh, this is a
You
hologram
bum
or something. Where are you?
fraud. Number
Mr. Brega,
one
I don't believe, I
fraud.
heard Max believe. Ah, come on, I believe in Jesus. Come on, you're just selfish.
There he is.
All my energies from God, honestly.
What happened
Look at
to
it.
you in the end? Watch closely. 9-1-1. 9-1-1. 9-1-1. That's a warning to you, Max. Look, it's not your head, but I can sure drive it right in the skull, right to the mat, pal. Just remember these words. 9-1-1. Remember it. Watch it one more time. 9-1-1.
Beast. Let's
That's
Jake
gonna be your
Asman,
skull
let's
on this
play a
match.
boxing match. Me versus the Beast.
And you'll be knocked
Soon.
out cold and silly, and you'll be dead.
Beast, let's see what will be in a fight. Because honestly, Beast, your muscles are all fat. Arm wrestling contest soon.
Kid.
You'll never get my chicken soup recipe. I'm not saying that those you take steroids. Need some of it. Hey, Charles! Who is that lovely lady? Sing it this way, Charles!
Oh man, Charles Gorman. We got the best. We got Beastbreaker. We got Gorman on. What's up, Charles?
You got that warning set to you as a warning. 9-1-1. I will put you into the ground, and I will make sure you are left for dead on that mat with your head and the stars going. Did I pass the spelling test?
Beast, this 911 move, we couldn't see it. Your lights are off.
You what? You couldn't see it?
No, I would like to. Yeah. Whoa, easy with the pants. Your lights.
9, 1,
Well,
1.
no, the lights are still.
9, 9, 1, 1. Fabulous
Right.
Beaver. And what's your excuse?
Well, my excuse is your lights is off. Number one. Number two, it kind of looks like a Stone Cold Stunner, right?
Nah. What Max needs to take a trip on is Bad Street USA. Atlanta
Also,
GA.
let's talk about your
You
ball.
want to take a
Right?
trip with me, you punk? I'll take you to Bad
I
Street
noticed you
USA.
drilled. You drilled the holes. Let's talk the bowling ball. Huh?
It's finished.
Ooh, yeah. Let's see. Turn the. Yeah, let's see. Hold it
Let's see the
up.
bowling ball.
Get,
I was
Yeah.
smoked.
get rid
I
of
was
this
smoked.
scrub.
I
I'm done
was
talking
smoking
to
Look
the
at
this
it.
people
bowling.
one on
Honestly, I
one.
was
Get
smoking.
rid of this scrub.
No, Max can stay. I'll allow it.
Oh, I hate the guy. I can't stand him. That's why he's a
How did
troublemaker
yo?
and he's a loser.
All right, enough. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
Hi, Gary. Ooh, am I gonna get the silent treatment also? I feel like I didn't do anything. I proudly lost to you. Oh, is this like a recording? Is this not actually Gary? What's going on? Let's go Knicks. Knicks in 4? Or in 5. What are we thinking?
I want nothing to do with this loser. He's lucky I don't put him into the ground like a spike.
Honestly,
And
Gary,
you need to get
me
the
and
hell out of
Gary
here
will be
before
unified.
you get
2v1, we'll be unified, honestly, Beast. We will beat you.
I will
2v1
kill
in the
you.
fight. Beast.
I will whip you
Honestly,
in the
if I was boxing,
you won't get the
Gary will have the
911 from
most
me,
powerful
pal.
punches all the time. Beast, I will have the most powerful kicks of all time, honestly.
No, you're not.
I will kick you
You are
around
a
like it's Darby Allin.
20-some-year-old punk who basically kisses Gary, has Chippendales with him, and goes to the Boom Boom Bar behind the 7-Eleven for a free ride at the Gecko station. You're a cheap ass.
Beast, you're just
Not
jealous.
my
that you
fault.
lost
You
to
turned out.
Leany.
It's not my fault. You're
Leany
just a
is the
little
best caller of
bitch.
all time.
You're a little bitch.
Jeffrey.
Look at that. Little turkey action. Yeah. No. These guys. These crazy guys. I'll tell you. I didn't know I was talking to a Brigga hologram force.
Hey, Dream, 10 memberships. All because
Huh?
of you. Jeffrey
10?
Reed. Just give the 10.
Oh, nice. That's how you this is how we do it. Montel Jordan, 90s. This is how we do it. Oh,
What do you need? You know I'm not in a good mood today. I already took a diarrhea dump, and my back's killing me. Does anybody else need anything? Mad Max. What do you need, Dreamy?
hey, what's up, buddy?
Well, you just
Rough
saw
week, huh?
what you saw today was the 911.
It was,
You know,
yeah. I appreciate it.
that's
I
all
mean,
taking a trip.
I saw a silhouette of it. I mean,
Yeah. You know who did the 911? That's Jimmy Jam Garvin. The guy that goes, yeah, 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 yeah.
oh, Gary is
Oh
intently
man,
listening.
we got a little foursome right now. We got a little.
Get rid of him. I'm gonna have a heart attack because this creep won't go away. I got goddamn heart problems, and you are a psycho who belongs in some psychiatric.
Am I in your league? Because honestly, I'm in your league. Come on, I'm
Heart
in your league.
problems. What we
Let's
talking?
go. I'm in your league. Amanda Madison, go Knicks. Knicks and 4.
Right by my
Sixers saying they're gonna win tonight. They're not. Next on top, baby.
Well, I have to say, this might get me kicked out. I am a lifelong Nick hater. Sorry, Jake. Lifelong. Yeah. Because, my best childhood friend of all time, I know Gary is intently listening. He was a Nick lover, and I hated to see him happy. I was one of those guys. Yeah, I know. All right.
Knicks
So,
will win in 4
somebody is
this year.
grilling on the other side of the fence. It
Knicks
smells really
in
good.
4. Knicks at 4. Just like Tiger.
Knicks at 4, honestly. Knicks at 4. All these Sixers fans think they're going to win tonight. Nope. It's not going to happen. New York, they're a bunch of men. The Sixers, look at Embiid. He is nothing more than a crybaby. He's someone who'd be like,
you're a bitch. I am tired of you, Mad Max. I'm going to put you in the grave so bad that when your mother finds you, that you know what? They should have put you back in your mother's womb a long time ago, you little shitwad. You're a disease. That's why cancer should be you. It's why you're a virgin. He's like, he should be shoved right back up his own mother's ass because basically that is one bad hombre, and he is bad and terrible. That's why this new generation
in my league. Just accept
to the
that.
core. Yeah,
let me do a Jets hit. Let me do J E T S Jets.
Oh, eat that fart.
Jets. Let's go.
Yeah. Wow, what a chant. I mean, you ought to go, bro.
Yeah, let's do the dream. Let's see who does a better Jets chant. Do a Jets chant for me. Let's do
What, together?
Yeah, do it together.
All right. No, actually, no. I don't know if I want to be a part of this. That was really bad.
It's not a competition. Come on, it's not a comp. It's not a competition. Let's do a Jets chant.
J-T-S.
J E T S Jets. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm getting my dog a treat from the top shelf because if you don't get it from the top shelf, it gets into the bag when I'm at work. You know how dogs do. There you go.
Jake, why do you keep putting me on with fake Gary? It's not even him. Can I talk to a real person? This is ridiculous. Cheers to the Knicks, though.
Man.
Ah, the dream.
What up?
Ah, shit, I can't hear you.
What?
I mean, pardon my French. Ooh, let me try again.
Can you hear me?
See, Gary, I agree as well. I mean, the moon landing is sus, I guess. I mean, right? Maybe we can nod to that. Is sus, I guess. Yeah. I mean,
Agree.
Oh,
What's up, Brent?
look at this guy with his strap.
Yeah.
I mean,
Agree.
oh,
Hey, B.
look at this guy with his
I got the belt.
I can't hear you. Carnal, you're low, este vato. I can't hear you. Carnal, you're
Cisco,
low,
hey,
este
guys.
vato.
Can you hear me?
Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué
Sí,
dice,
bien,
padre?
¿y tú, amigo?
Hey, guys.
Mucho gordito.
Estoy muy bien, y tú?
Sí. Estoy
Vamos a ver la teta.
Estoy más. No, el más. Y estaño huevo.
So give me the ball. Let's see. All right, I mean, Mario Kart is good too. I like Mario Kart. I'm a Donkey Kong. That's my dude. Mario 64.
Oh, you mean Donkey Kong?
He does these.
Oh! Matter of fact, you said Donkey Kong? Did you say Donkey Kong? Welcome, Donkey Kong. A Nintendo classic. This is a Nintendo classic, folks. This is Donkey Kong. Made by who? The great Nintendo.
Yeah, like what's his name? Kojima. Oh, Donkey Kong made Donkey Kong. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, that's
Donkey Kong is a classic.
fair enough.
This
Fair enough.
Donkey Kong. Let me just say, Donkey Kong is a great video game, and it's one of the best.
Oh, on SNES back in the day, Donkey Kong. I got you.
You know what's the best one about this? You know what's the best about this?
Hi, Jake. How are you?
There we go. We're on like some sort of like Rolodex.
Hey, all you freaky-ass maniacs. Click the like button and send in your super chats. I'm gonna take a shit on this couch.
Jets got to get things going next week.
Well, I mean, I would
I
have
mean,
to
they play
say,
Pittsburgh, then they play New England after that, and
yeah.
probably the week after New England's the bye week. They're going to play Miami twice in December. They've got the
Interesting.
Texans. I think they're going to play
Interesting take.
Jacksonville again.
Jacksonville. I live in Jacksonville, Robertson. Hologram.
I mean, you all have a good week.
I will. Everybody. Here he is. Donkey Kong himself.
Sponsored
And
by
Beast.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
If you want Donkey Kong, you gotta play Donkey Kong Country. And remember, folks, if you see Diddy, Donkey's always right behind going, wee, 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 wee.
He does do that. That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Guess how much this was? $21.
Yeah. Remember when you put Leader Jet in the hole for $50? That was a classic
I had
moment.
to shut him up. He was.
Where has he?
I do not like this loser behind me. I find it disgusting. I'm a straight conservative Republican. I like women.
Get the fuck out of here, you annoying little cockroach. You're a fruit.
Honestly, I can deal with you all day, Beast. Because Beast,
Yeah, you know what you can go do? Why don't you call your boyfriend Terry over?
I have a Barcelona jersey.
You and him
I have a
can go
Quebec
to
jersey. I have a Jamal jersey. I have a Darnold jersey. I have a Le'Veon Bell jersey. I have a Michael Corner jersey. I have a
fruit. Beat it, you
Beast,
scrub.
Beast, if you maybe use the 6 receipts, you would get more ladies than me.
Dude, I've had more pussy than you've ever had in your life. Go tell that to my. Go tell that to
Honestly,
somebody else.
Beast, what have you been doing? You're sitting in your lair all day. What job do you
You're
work at,
lying,
Beast?
fraud. Get out of here, you 14-year-old loser. You're a virgin. I've had pussy, and let me say this. I had my dick sucked in a radio station in college. What have you done?
On behalf of the Jake Asman Show, we apologize for the foul language.
Max can't get laid because he's a loser like his life is.
Easy, Beast. Yeah.
I'm
First
more
of all,
extreme than that loser is. He's a loser.
well, we don't know.
Honestly, I can do
Max,
the world champions.
how many
I
radio
can do the world
stations?
champions. I'm better than
How
you
many
at it.
radio stations have you been at? Huh?
I already done one in college.
Not you,
I did
you,
extreme radio
not Max. In college
I've done it
radio
all.
Who's your
station.
queen? Who's your queen, Beast? Who's your queen? Is it
None of your
Amanda
fucking
Madison?
business.
Is she your queen?
None of your goddamn business. If you got a problem, take it up with my attorney.
Honestly, Beastbreaker, what do you
Take it
look
up
at that?
with my
That's not your
attorney.
queen. That looks like
Yes.
I do have a queen. Unlike you loser. You have zero. I've got
You know
laid.
what?
I've had. See, you know what? Go tell it to my baby mama who lives in Indiana and hides like a bitch.
Nobody's a loser here. We're all as maniacs together.
Oh no! That one is a loser. You're a real man's man, and this nothing happening schmuck who
Well,
basically
hey,
a third basically
if
came
it
out of
comes
mother's
from
womb
Beats, I'll take
like
it.
a regurgitated dog shit.
I guess I am a real man, because
Well, you're the dream.
Well,
you're just a
Max,
recording. Honestly,
Max,
let's get a
Max, do you agree, Max? I'm the
You're
dream.
a retard.
Huh?
We need more Maxes to defeat Beast. Honestly, I can defeat Beast just myself.
Well, what's up? You guys are, you guys are perfect together.
Oh man.
He's a virtual. He's a hologram.
Jake, go to
I thought-
commercial. What's that? Go to another caller. I said, let's go to another caller. Let's go to commercial. Go to commercial right now. Let's get a commercial.
Why don't you go fist yourself? What do you need? You know I'm not in a good mood today. I already took a diarrhea dump, and my back's killing me. Does anybody else need anything?
Hey, Beast.
I lost my temper
How's it
today.
going?
I
can't hear you.
I felt like I've had a 1,000 rockets being thrown at me, and I've already smacked about a bunch of them already.
Of course. I wish I could hear what you're saying, but
I'm sorry.
it's all going to get
sorry,
better.
I'm
Life
not
is
like
good,
this.
Beast. It's beautiful out. There's nothing to be upset about. Look, it's our favorite person.
Who I would like to break his scrawny little neck. He is a loser who deserves to be dismantled like dog meat.
Beast, don't raise your heart rate too much.
It's like cake, except my kind of cake that I like.
I can't
good old fashioned fresh chocolate vanilla cake that is so delicious with a cherry on top. That is what I call cake. Right Gary is a cheater, and he's a disgrace to this country. I think somebody should throw him in Iran and let him be the yeah, that's right. Beat it, you loser. I will put you out of commission for good. One power bomb, 1 911, and 1 running Liger bomb will do the trick. Because you will be dead before you know it. And maybe the Vader bomb, and maybe the Vader bomb too. You know, because hey, anybody remember this guy? It's Vader time.
Yeah, Vader. Vader. I definitely remember Vader.
What a segment. We're back. Breece Hall signed the new deal. It's Friday. The Knicks are playing soon. Last chance to enter the raffle. I've been counting the names. Shout out to the Dream. Shout out to Gary, Robert C., Dave Briga, Beast, Amanda Madison, everyone who was just a part of that madness. Jeffrey Reed, I did get you down on the raffle. Aaron wrote in, we are sick watching this. Jets, please win. Wouldn't that be nice? Andrew C. earlier had a super chat about Beast explaining his New Jersey card. Gun Joe, I got you down when Big Cho was on. Mad Max actually gifted a real raffle entry. He gifted a membership. Spencer Green says, Beast, teach me how to do a DDT and power driver. We saw Beast perform his wrestling moves. Let's see. Tyrone checks in and goes, awesome. I like Breece Hall. Wanted them here. And we have a nice year on offense. Go Jets. Let's go Knicks. The Jets do have a nice offense. And I think Breece, if healthy, could put up the best year of his career. I don't think that's far-fetched. Again, the first 90 minutes straight Breece Hall coverage. Joe Blewett joined me for a lot of it. But I'm pumped. Breece is back. More nights in the West Village for Breece Hall. Now he's officially a Jet. Gary, your thoughts on Breece's extension? Yeah, that's a fair point.
The Jet fans getting a little crazy.
All right, last chance to get in on the raffle. JoJo in the house. She just gifted 5. Shout out to JoJo. More entries for JoJo. Kenyon Sadiq autographed helmet is the prize. Let's go.
Here we go. Let's go. Let's go.
If you're one of the 300 plus people still watching this, God bless you. You're awesome. Thanks for being here. Smash the like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I'm going live at 11 a.m. tomorrow for a Saturday show. We'll have the weekly raffle as well. Gary, your thoughts on that? Don't say anything if you're excited about my prizes tomorrow. Hell yeah.
The Jet fans getting a little crazy.
All right, how about this? We got more entries at the buzzer here. Jeffrey Reed, another 10. He's up to 20 entries in a single show.
Would you go away, you stench? I don't want to talk to this moron. He's lucky I don't put him in the grave yet. Yeah, 6 feet deep, right in the garbage, like the rest of his pathetic career. Now be it, scrub. What do you need? You know I'm not in a good mood today. I already took a diarrhea dump, and my back's killing me. Does anybody else need anything?
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the 10 from Jeffrey Reed, Nathan Q2EP, Kazel, Kevin Aviva, Dilly Boy, Seabull, Atlanta Jet Fan, Roy Romano, Ken Hunt, Luke Paletta, all receiving a gifted membership. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not done just yet. I just saw this. Holy crap. Mimosa with a 20 spot. I'm going to need more time to count all these entries. Mimosa in the raffle for 20. Let's go.
Thank you, Mimosa, for your generosity and tremendous support of the Jake Asman Show.
Once again, it's raining channel memberships courtesy of Mimosa. Grab your Gustbusters. Here we go. 20 names to read off. Dilly Bop, C Bull. Hold on. I need 20 names. It's loading. Kayla's Line, Rich D, Have You Met Mickey C, Ollie SH, CCAP 72, One Verge 1. Amanda Madison's internet is atrocious. Be ready when we go to you so there's not a big delay. Jason Pelos, Alif 3, Grinch Mob, Jet for Life, Muhammad, E. Rivera, J Star 35, BP York, Sports Gerbil, Norman Adams, Big Gerbert, Beast Breaker for Life, Sears 93, all receiving a gifted membership that might have been 20. I'm not sure. I can't tell. It's not loading properly. Either way, Mimosa, you're awesome. Let's go. Outstanding. Beast, what do you make of all the memberships flowing in here at the end of the show?
Ding, 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 ding. And I brought a good friend for you. Remember him?
Oh, baby. I got breaking news. How about another 10 from Jeffrey Reed? Are you kidding me? Wow. 30 entries in the raffle and counting for Jeffrey Reed. Let's go. It's again raining memberships. We have 111 in this show. We have a signed Kenyon Sadiq helmet. I'm going to raffle away. I'm just going to need a little time to add these entries to the Wheel of Champions. Rich D, you received a membership. Here are the other 10, or 9, I should say, from Jeffrey Reed, King Shair, Tyron Wall, Jeffrey Seawald, Cashmere Black, Jet Bake 1, Azel Z Life, Taylor D'Onofrio, Rick Cachinio, Raymond Nagy, all receiving a membership. Zachary saying as well. Mimosa, I saw your comment. I got your Venmo from earlier, so you are in already for that, and I will add your updated list of entries. All right. It's all happening here. Let me get things situated here. Let's get some of these names counted. First, let's bring on Gary to join us, Amanda Madison to join us as well. You two have a great history together. We'll let you guys have.
Hi, Gary. A pleasure to see you again.
Nobody.
So you do think women have the right to vote?
It's me, Mario.
Ooh.
Mario.
It's a Mario. Very cute.
That's Mario. The guy that goes, "It's me, Mario. How you doing? How you doing? It's Mario."
Beast, is Mario your favorite Mario Kart character to pick? I'm personally a Princess Peach girl, or I like little Bowser Jr. too if I'm feeling spicy.
I like that. As a matter of fact, I have the video game, both Super Mario Kart and Mario Kart 64.
I would just like to say I can't hear anything. I've been pretending this whole time that I can.
And I own this game too.
How am I doing, guys?
Hey. Now remember, folks, if you want one of these, go online and get it. It's only $20. Get your Marios and get them while they're hot. Because why? Nobody gives a shit. I will show you how it's done.
Alrighty then. Thank you, Beast. Nick Shine in the raffle for 1. We're counting names here. Appreciate you, Nick. Jetstream, I got you down for 1 as well. This is very hard multitasking here. We're making it happen, though. Appreciate everyone who is with us. We have maybe more entries for this raffle than any daily prize we've ever done, which is pretty awesome. It's a great prize. Kenyon Sadiq signed helmet is the prize coming up in a matter of moments. I am almost done counting the names. Right now, though, I do need a little more time to prepare for the Wheel of Champions. So I give you right now something that occurred on our show earlier today, if I could find the clip. It's been a wild one of things happening here. Sit back and enjoy, though, what we like to call a little greatness personified from a recent Jake Asman show.
Thunder Beast, how you doing?
This will go right inside your head when you nicely go.
What are you doing today, Beast? I heard you were doing construction.
You are not qualified for this. This is real right here.
I have 180 pounds of pure
Who cares?
muscle. How you doing? I have more muscle than you.
I'm a savage. I'm more satanic than you are.
Beast, you're fiction.
No, you're the one that's fiction, son.
Honestly, step on the scale. Step on the scale. Beast, you are 240 pounds. Oscar Ross is right. Beast, you're not in my league, buddy. You're not in my league. Beast,
the only thing you are is down here.
Give me Mark 1045, Beast. I'm in your league.
No, you're not. You guys make out with each other when you're in the bedroom, and you like to sausage each other when you go, woo, 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 woo. Thank you to the Mormon Tabernacle Choir.
Put a shirt on. Jesus Christ.
Hey, Beast.
Bunch of nonsense was going on.
We can't hear you, amigo.
What the fuck is happening?
Come on, who can't remember dinosaurs? The great 1990 TV show that rocked the nation. Not the mama, not the mama, not the mama, not the mama, not the mama. You know, Venus rocks, and I'm better than Butthead. Shut up, dumbass.
I'm back.
Beast on his A game today. We love you, Beast.
We gotta hurry this up because Jake's got to get to the garden. You know, he's got work to do.
You think Sadiq has a slight more chance of getting it more than Cooper?
I don't know. It's going to be intriguing. We got a lot of speed on this offense now.
Whoever hated dinosaurs, you're dumb. You are dumb. Earl Sinclair rocked. Fran rocked. And the baby that goes, not the mama, not the mama, not the mama, not the mama. Fran, get this kid off of me before I pitch him to the side. I got to go take a shit right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was counting the raffle names, but as I'm counting the names, we've never had anything like this. Jeffrey Reed, another 20 memberships. Oh, my goodness gracious. Sound the alarms. 20 names. Mekhi Becton, game-worn helmet is on, and it must be on to read 20 more entries from Jeffrey Reed, who in this one raffle alone has 70 entries. 70 entries. Good luck, Jeffrey. If you don't win, you got a great chance to win one of our 4 weekly prizes during my show tomorrow. Here we go. Keith Cat, Kyle Fan 11, AB Johnson, Nate _S, Lonzo 60 or Lonzo 86, Vino 6106, Living the Dream 17, Jetmosphere 19, Brandon LaVille 9163. This show needs to end soon because I got to go watch the Knicks go up 3-0. Diang 22, Kurt Furf 2512, Taylor _tired, Outdoors for Life 6020, Matthew Neese 2397, LaCory 5342, Jason Alacia 475. That might have been 20 somewhere along those lines. It might be close. We got 5 from Cisco Lopez. That happened also during the madness of that clip I played with Beast. Hit this in the meantime. I need some time to count more entries. Beast, happy Cinco de Beasto.
Thank you very much. I'm doing a little construction right now, fixing something here.
Are you not wearing pants?
I'm working right now. I'll work here.
that was a close call.
Let's go.
This is an all-time record show. Mimosa in the house, 50 gifted memberships. It is raining memberships unlike anything we've ever seen. Let's go. Here we go. 50 names to count, but first we say thank you, Mimosa.
Thank you, Mimosa, for your generosity and tremendous support of the Jake Asman Show.
According to YouTube, we are at 188 members in a single show. This is unbelievable. Mimosa, you are the GOAT. Mimosa in for 50. Give me a moment here. We got to count 50 memberships for the wheel or for Mimosa, and we got to shout out 50 users. Here we go. Pretty Tony J, ML2714, Derek Gallo, NYJ Dave, Gator McMicro, can't read that one, Michael Spirso, Richard Hickey, JC Jets, Yanks Baseball, Dre Parker 74, Ryan Paris, The Jetway, Keenan Good, Larry Thomas, Beast keeps fighting with fake callers, Loud Rimshot, Mad Max had no idea that half the calls we put up were fake, MDSPWT, Mark Steven, Tandem 3M, The Dream thought all that was real until he realized they were holograms, Carsey Dad, Jonathan Mentis, Montana NYJ, Anthony Mizzone, Kaz8242, Gator's an absolute menace with some of the things he has sent me behind the scenes this week, Broadway Jedi, Alex Zucchelli, Sean Weedle, Dedel B. Reisman, Tank the Shishu, Christopher Salazar for life, Joe D94, Michael Goldberg, Johnny Boy 927, Distinct Contact, OK 9620. Wait, there's more. Jason Mitzler 339, Charles Hillman, Fendi 8C, Michael Babalise. How is that not 50? Holy crap. And then one more, Jmart 42, all receiving a membership there from the great Mimosa.
Thank you, Mimosa, for your generosity and tremendous support of the Jake Asman Show.
Oh, all right. We are almost ready for the Wheel of Champions. Thank you again to Mimosa for that. Let me get caught up on. Oh, Cisco, you dog. We're not going anywhere. 50 more gifted memberships. Sound the alarm. Holy crap, man. Wow. Let's go. 50 names. Helmet coming back on. These are from Cisco Lopez, Ardle 16, Jagnog, Big Lee, Cyberpunk, RB16. I might have read that. I can't keep up. The YouTube thing is glitching. Big Dre for life. This guy 429, J Wing, DKL, James Fats, Ryan Hawk, Darkin Angel 34, Joe Willie Name It 84, Steph 9050, MDBX, Sports Player 67, LV Lasso, who just, by the way, passed the bar exam. So congrats to our guy Lasso in Vegas. Andre M30, Vinny C40, TG Soki, Mr. Rich RX, Jet the F Up, Raymond 227, Official B62, E-Rock Polik, Madze 91. I've had to pee for about 2 hours, but I'm not going anywhere. This is insane. Rick Jet 2010. My bladder is as good as Scott Hansen's. Will Mamo, David Parza, Dinette Randall, Nixon 4. Let's go, Knicks. Anyone have an OG update? I haven't been able to check. I've been reading memberships for the last 30 minutes. Childish Cal, Aben 014, Rochelle Creator, all receiving a gifted membership from our guy Cisco. That might not have even been all 50. YouTube is glitching because they have 238 single memberships in a show. Gary, don't say anything if you are blown away by what we're watching here. Say nothing. Don't say a damn word. Just look at me. Look at me and don't say anything. Thank you.
Let's go. Go away, you stenchless piece of human dog meat. Or do I have to do the 911 again? Shit. Folks, Should we do the 911 call and give Gary the 911 treatment? It's called Welcome to Bad Street, USA. Bad Street, Atlanta, GA. Bad Street and the whole USA. Bad Street, it's nasty and hot. Hey, and remember, don't be surprised if you see 911 coming. 911. Good night, Gary.
How's it going, guys? I've never seen so many gifted memberships in my life. What a community. Look at the Asmaniacs go. Mimosa, Cisco. They can't be stopped and they won't be stopped. It's as simple as that.
The capital, yes.
What are your thoughts on all these memberships? It's up again. Oh, now it's just me by myself. Gorgeous, guys. Are we not all excited for summer?
Jets, let's go! I don't even know what to say. Mimosa, thank you. How did you win the lottery or something? This is incredible. If you did not get a membership today, the YouTube algorithm hates you. We now definitely have enough for a new channel emoji. So, look, I think Cisco and Mimosa each should get an emoji because they support the show as much as anyone. Put them, give them their own emojis if we could get something created for them. And that way, when they support the community, we all could hit that in the chat. But I'm blown away. Mimosa, you're the absolute best. Shout out to Stella. Shout out to Mimosa's brother, Jerry. Just unreal, man. 50 more memberships from Mimosa. I mean, the only thing we could do is this.
Thank you, Mimosa, for your generosity and tremendous support of the Jake Asman Show.
Here we go. I got 50 more names to read off. This is just unbelievable. I'm out of like props and things I could show. You know what? I'm going to do the rest of the show in this. Here we go. Mimosa, 50 memberships to read off here. Elon Road Loco, Wish B, SCLA Fantasy, Danny Thomas 1089, Robin 78, Jam 982, Bo Salsa, Sack Dance 99, BB Jesserise, Carl Clark, Kevin Harrigan, Dill 7798, Jestone 01, Help for Gambling, Barney Miller, Beer Crosshair, Three Siblings Jay, who's afraid to call into this show because he has J syndrome. Congrats on your membership, Jay. New Q26, our guy JD Surf City, Clancy NYJ. What up, Clancy? Dat Bo Trav, M. Villette, Aaron Horn, Boss Bentley, Corey Debuse. Remember when VR would listen to the show? Jimmy from Seattle. What up, Jimmy? Jay Long, Carl DeBoy, John Joy, Dixon, you know what? NYLI Atlanta, Banganonics, OG Jet Fan Tommy. Wow, Tommy's account getting a membership. RIP to Tommy. RIP to Tommy. Hopefully that's a good sign for our Jets that Tommy's account is still getting gifted memberships, man. Hit the Tommy emoji in the chat. That's awesome. RIP to our guy Tommy. JQuest57 getting a membership. Wow, JQuest never gets memberships. That's how you know anyone's getting one. Larry Romano, who hates the show but watches every second of it. He got a membership. I see you, Larry. James Piong, Crack Dat Long, NY Jets Daily, Matthew 13400, Rick Leal, Brad Brown, Big Rush, Pierce, Rob Bolimian, Lucas Gonzalez, Enoch Forte. This is unbelievable. Mimosa, you are unreal. 50 memberships from Mimosa. There's a couple that I definitely could have missed. Jetstream has a couple I see here. Thank you, Jetstream. I'm getting you down. Cisco also just gifted another. Cisco, you are the man. Thank you. Hit the Jet chant for everyone. Unbelievable. Unreal. NY Jets, Florida Ted got a membership. People who have not gotten memberships in forever are getting them this show, which is great to see. We will have some new emojis to play around with. Beast, wow, even Beast wants to try and win something. Look at this. Beast Breaker trying to get in on the fun here. Look at this Venmo. Beast, you are in the raffle, my man. And we pull it up on the screen.
Beast sent me a $5 Venmo. He just purchased a raffle ticket. You are in for one, Mr. Beast. How do you feel?
It's me, Mario. Are
That
you
answers my
ready, Jake?
question.
Are you ready, Jake, for the wheel?
Not yet. I'm almost ready. This is insane. I have never struggled more to count names here. I don't want to miss anyone. Hold on. Holy crap. This show may never end. I mean... We got another 10 spot. Jeffrey Reed. Are you kidding me? He is back. And he is in for 10 more gifted memberships. Holy bleep.
It's the Asmaniac membership raffle. For every membership gifted, you receive one ticket entered in the raffle to win epic prizes.
All right, just announced, I'm adding a second prize to this raffle. We will have the Kenyon Sadiq sign helmet, and we will also now include a Breece Hall jersey in honor of Breece signing a deal. I will purchase a Breece jersey. So we got 2 prizes in the raffle because we've gotten so many memberships and super chats. It's the least I could do for this community. So you'll have a chance to win a Sadiq sign helmet, and I'm adding it on the fly right now. Breece Hall jersey, size and color of your choice, of course. And we'll see who wins that.
Can't wait.
Yeah, that's coming up shortly. Let's freaking go. I got to make sure I have everything counted there. Jeffrey, you are the man. Wow. That is 80 entries for Jeffrey. Mimosa, I think, has 100. I just got a Venmo from Eddie Ray. Eddie, you're in the raffle for 1. Thank you. I'm not going to screenshot it because I just want to move forward here. Eddie Ray in. Unbelievable. Wow. All right, so we got a Breece jersey, and then we have the Sadiq helmet up for grabs. Mad Max even gifting a membership. He's in for 1.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Mad Max, thank you very much. Tremendous. Unbelievable. We have added 303 memberships in a single show, and it's May 8th. It's May 8th. Gary, don't say anything if your mind is completely blown away by the generosity of our listeners. Don't utter a word. Just sit there and say nothing. Exactly.
Rejected. Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was about to get ready for the wheel, but we're not going anywhere. Cisco Lopez. Holy shit, man. Oh, my goodness. Of all the dramatic things I've ever seen. Another 10 from Cisco. Oscar the Grouch got a membership. Mad Max, a channel member. JETS Jets. Ray Merck. EA2393, Antonio Montaigne, Lauren 6496, APROC, Bobby Baltimore, he barely watches this show. He's a member. Everyone's getting one today. Lauren 6496, unbelievable. I don't know who's winning the arms race between Cisco and Jeffrey in this one, but this is unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Wow. All right, I got more names to account for. Everyone stand by. Give me a moment here. This is insane. We got the best community. If you people didn't know that. Anyone with the Jets, I know you all watch my show. This is living proof. It is May 8th, and look what this community is doing. Oh, my God. Mimosa, are you kidding me? 20 more membership from Mimosa. Stand by, folks. We'll be here all night.
Thank you, Mimosa, for your generosity and tremendous support of the Jake Asman Show.
Let's go. 20 more from Mimosa. I don't know who's winning. We'll have the leaderboard update shortly here. Donnie Rosso, NY Jets Media. That's our guy, Richie. Shout out to Richie. Tune into the show. Visar 9995, NYC Restaurant Guy, Mr. Grimmy, Hirsch Parker, BioTeach, Mike's for Gaming, Daniel Murphy, Torosaurus NYJ, Slam and Sammy Joe, Andre Malone, Spawns 518, Tupi, No More Rat Race, Nate, Nate, OG Ganzuki, El Luisian, all receiving a gifted membership there from Mimosa. That is 333 channel members in a single show. Unbelievable. This is the most insane thing I've ever seen since I saw V-Man fly away from our Asmaniac meetup last summer.
I want to make sure we protect the prize that V-Man won. Look at this thing. And he's wearing the Breece jersey. You kidding me? Come on, V-Man. Help him out a little bit. Best we can do with V-Man.
Captain Puerto Rico, away.
Folks, we are not done just yet because what I just got via Venmo is, I mean, wow.
Breaking sports news on the Jake Asman Show.
Here's your breaking news. Here we go. JD, Surf City, $50 Venmo. JD in the raffle for 10 entries. What a country.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
JD, you are the man. We got you down. Aaron, I got you. You are in for 2 with your generosity here. Thanks for the super chats. Those count if you can't gift. Wow. All right. Hold on. We got Mimosa down for 20. Gonna make sure we add that. Cisco Lopez doing his thing. Jeffrey Reed. All right. Let's pull up the Wheel of Champions here. Tip off is in about 10 minutes. Here we go. Gary, don't say anything if you're blown away again by the amount of members. I know. It's just unreal. Unreal. Hold on. We're not done just yet. Oh, my goodness gracious. Sound the alarms again. Why are we sounding the alarm? 10 more. Jeffrey Reed. 342. 343 now. Now, I can tell everyone the record we've ever had in a single show as far as YouTube gifted memberships was when we raised money for Keith Best. We had 420. I forget the exact date. It was in early July 2 years ago. And the fact that we're close, 343, insane. Jeffrey Reed, another 10 memberships. He's in the raffle. Here we go. I'm going to keep reading the names here. El Latino 61, Lou Bang, Lane Gretzky, CMST, Jane Lambert, Rolly P, Ripple 00, DSF, DDSGH, CEW 630. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wow. Jeffrey, thank you again. Mimosa, Cisco, everyone involved here. Just JD, TH3. Man, just too many to name here, man. Too many to name. We already had 316 entries, and that was like 20 minutes ago, and I was still counting all the names here. All right. Keep it rolling here. I need a little more time. We're at the 3-hour mark. Unreal. Unreal. All right. Breece jersey and Sadiq sign helmet up for grabs. Tomorrow, everyone who entered, you have a chance to win the following 4 items. Namath sign helmet, Richard Todd sign jersey, Boomer Esiason sign helmet, Vinny T signed jersey. So if you don't win today, you have a great chance to win tomorrow because we have 4 signed items up for grabs. All right, let me finish counting these names here. We're almost done. Let me just pull up the wheel and get things situated here. Hold on. Oh my God, the mark 50. Holy shit, beast! Real shit, not your fake shit.
I gotta go take a shit right now.
This is unbelievable, beast. Unbelievable. Sound the alarms. 50. Hit it.
You guys laugh. It's not funny.
This is regurgitating.
Those are 2 fairly young men.
You want to see what a real man looks like?
They don't care. They think it's funny that they're sickly and ill.
This ain't no bullshit.
Beast and Gorman look great.
Yeah, they're both physical specimens.
Destructive but constructive.
That's extraordinary. Yeah.
272 pounds, muscle and might.
I'm all thrown off here. I'm all flustered here. Can I get them at that point?
Yeah, you could try.
Oh yeah.
If you don't fuck off, I don't know what else will. Have a good day.
The mark. You're on the mark to share. The mark 60172. My God.
Are you a happy guy?
Oh my God.
No, thank you.
Yes. Let's go.
Yeah, buddy. The mark is in for 50. Here we go. Listen up. Jules Harlem, D. Stern, Papa Jet 73, Bernard Nixon, Plexigo, Troy Harrison, Recipes with Head, Tom NYC, Carlos the Barber, Money Flow DB, Back End Ralph, Michael 1932, Michael Palmer, Pauline Mercer, Carlos Martinez, Paul Keenan, CCHQ, Mrs. Peachy Brown, Johnny Cards, Blitz Got Beasts, Mr. McMoney, James 77, Daniel Diaz, Chef Guns, JM Koo, Logic 71, Pred 796, Jonathan 0315, Team AG for Life, Redmond Drucker, Stephen Arija, That Like Button, Terhas EDC, I'm getting choked up, I can't breathe in this mask. Donnie Budden, Thomas Force, 719, Des Martinez, Anthony DeBoccio, Robert C. Which one? From downtown. Stephen Mayotte, Marcus Koza, Taz Tactics, Ryan Koza, Otto Jonesboro, Ron Weiss, 72, T-Rap 0202, Alexander Santiago, Robert Fanduel, The Humble Pookie, Dylan Fance, all receiving a membership there from the Mark. Holy shit. Gary, don't say a word if you think someone else is going to gift another membership before I'm done counting. Don't say anything. If you think someone's going to gift, don't say a word. You're right.
It's up to you, New York, New York.
Good job.
5 spot, Cisco Lopez. Ladies and gentlemen, it never ends. These are from Cisco. Here we go. Jose Delgado. RP in Connecticut. Easy does it. Carlos the Barber. Top Gun Jet Fan. That also includes another membership that Cisco snuck in here. So Cisco with 6 more entries. Oh my goodness gracious. Jeffrey Reed, another 10 entries. Hit it, Adam Shine.
Jets line is solid. I'm a huge Breece Hall fan. I was obsessed with Sadiq, certified free, 7 days a week, certified free. Obsessed with Sadiq, certified free, 7 days a week, certified free. I was obsessed with Sadiq, 7 days a week, certified free, 7 days a week. Obsessed with Sadiq, 7 days a week,
7 days a week,
certified free.
This is unbelievable. Jeffrey Reed in the raffle. 10 more. Let me count them. Let me name them. Here we go. We'll go all night if we have to. I mean, my goodness, I've never had a show like this. We just broke the record. Jeffrey Reed gifted 10. And as I'm counting the names, Mimosa, another 10. Holy crap. And then Cisco, another 5. That's the record. The record was 420. We have added 424 new channel members in a single show. Best fan base in sports.
Let's go!
Let's go. I got names to count, but first we play this.
Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets!
All right, here we go. I got names to read off. First, let's get to the 5 that Cisco just gifted. Easy Dubs, Jose Delgado. You know, I already read these. The names aren't even loading. Everything is still loading slow here. I'm like 5 minutes behind on the memberships here, but I'm going to get to everything here. I will not stop. All right, here we go. Combination of these for Jeffrey and Mimosa. Odd Job 07, Manny Palucci, DGOS, Elmo Jetfan, your boy Jim, Zach Ophia, Jen Gel, Mike LD. Hold on, please load. NY Jets DH, Light Me Up 6, Giller Goal, Jilla Road 42, Joe Lombardo, Lenny Melise, Top D 79, Gang Tampa, Bucks and Beamer, GF Gonzalez, Matty P97, whatever, Wizard, Adrian Barrera, Rex Ryan 472. The last 5 of those, I believe, were from Cisco. Oh my, we are not done. Are you kidding me? Mimosa, did you win the lottery? 20 more gifted memberships.
Thank you, Mimosa, for your generosity and tremendous support of the Jake Asman Show.
Mimosa in for 20. And Mimosa, since you can't stand Gary's calls, I'll give you a Gary call where he won't say a word. I promise. Your favorite kind of Gary call. Mimosa in for 20 more entries. Cisco, I got you accounted for another 5. Let me just make sure I get everything accurate here. I'm going to take extra time with this. We got a Breece Hall jersey and a Kenyon Sadiq signed helmet up for grabs. Mimosa in now for another 20 entries. I don't know who's leading. I will have to do a full count. Oh, my God. Cisco says mask to Mimosa. Mimosa, you want this mask? It's yours. Unbelievable. These are from AEW. My guy Chris, who works with AEW, sent me the Jet one. They're now selling these for all 32 teams. So my Jet Lucha mask is from AEW Wrestling. For those of you who are interested in this. Ladies and gentlemen, Cisco, you are a madman. My God, hit it, Joe.
It's up to you, New York,
New York.
Cisco, another 10 entries in the raffle. Let's go. This is unbelievable. Between the super chats and the gifted memberships, we've added 454. Wait, that's 10 more than. Oh, the mark is back for more. Holy crap. My God.
It's J-E-T-S, Jets. I love Fireman Ed, too.
What a country. The mark, you're in for 10.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're up to 454. These are from Mimosa. I'm still on those, and then we'll get to the mark. Unbelievable. Mimosa's 20. Here we go. Fallon Family Gaming, FB Troopa, John Hellis, Lou V, 6 rings, Jeffrey 538, NY Jets Indy. Let's see. Zim Zam, the YouTube man, H Hitter 5, Next Dan Up, Frankie Romano. This show will go all night. Nixon 4, Nix on top 4-5, Blessed Mel J, Atlantic City Phil, Little Chicklets, B Shep. Unbelievable. That's Mimosa's 20. Now, the 10 that the mark 6072. Here's who he gifted to. But first, I want to let everyone know that the mark is playing to win 2 prizes momentarily.
Hello? You play to win the game.
The mark with his gifted memberships. Here we go. Cap the Alien, Chandaleo, Superman Simpa, Connor Mian, Drug Cobra, Connor Nelson, Don Paula, LB94, Domino Effecto 5781, all receiving a gifted membership. All right, Gary, you sit right there and don't say a word. You say a word, you're off the show. If you don't say anything, you could stay. This is from PBM, who goes, because why the F not? I'm going to laugh if someone who wins this thing had only like 1 entry in it. That'd be insane. Oh, my goodness. Kyle Clifton with a super chat. He writes in, what are you people doing? Don't you realize I'm trying to get on with Nick Shine to talk about the other long snapper we brought in? Everyone, when you're done with this, watch Nick Shine. If you're not watching the Knicks, hopefully go up 3-0.
The Jet fans getting a little crazy.
We are over the 3-hour mark. This is insane. I am finalizing the list of names. Beast, I'm going to leave you with Gary for a moment. He's been on good behavior. All right, I got to finish counting the names.
Oh, somebody please get rid of this goof. Can somebody please get rid of him? I don't want to look at this face. This is a face I want to put on a punching bag and be like,
Jeffrey Serena in the Asmaniac raffle for 1.
Can somebody that doesn't? Hey, can I please get someone better, please? I don't want to look at this face. This is a face I can't stand. Public enemy number 2. Kid, this is a physique of a Greek god. 272 pounds of destruction. I'm God and you're a bitch. I'm the sexual intellectual, the god of all gods, the immortal men of all mortal men.
Derek, the Kansas Jet fan, says, best fans in sports. I love you all. Jeffrey Serena in the raffle for not 1, but how about actually 2 entries for Jeffrey? Thank you, Jeffrey. I got you down. I am not even close to finishing counting these names. This is unbelievable. And Nick Shine with a super chat. My show will be delayed. I'm currently searching for a Kenyon Sadiq helmet to raffle up. Who knew Sadiq the Freak would get the people going? All right, we are finalizing the list of names. Sadiq helmet being raffled away, and a Breece Hall jersey in honor of Breece being re-signed. We're at 456 memberships, and I want to make my job a little harder. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to gift 5 more memberships. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. 5 from yours truly. Thanks to the best community in sports, we are going to have over 460 memberships in a single show. And as I'm doing it, Mimosa upstaged me.
Thank you, Mimosa, for your generosity and tremendous support of the Jake Asman Show.
Mimosa in for 10. You got to be kidding me. I gifted 5 as well. So 15 more entries. We're up to 471. Can we get the 500 before we spin the wheel? We might as well go for it at this point. We're at 471. Can we get the 500 gifted memberships in a single show? We're shattering the all-time record. Ladies and gentlemen, here are 15 new members, 10 of which are from Mimosa. Chef Jets, JC, VP3OA, Nate Quinn, Hulk Smash, Mark Goldstein, The Last 45, Broken Tackles 4-2, Easy to Money, Garrett Joe, Q Binix, Forgive N8, All Sports Carlos, Team Curry, SJ346, James Eubanks. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to gift my 5. I'm going to give him the Beast. I think he's earned it. He's had a hell of a show. He's dealt with Gary a lot. Well, I've been counting the names. So my 5 are going to Beast. Mimosa, I got you down for another 10. This is unbelievable. All right. I'm counting names here. This is insane. We're up to 471. 471 as we are finalizing the names. Gary, I will cut you from the show if you say a word. I need you and Beast to just hold the fort down momentarily as I finalize these names.
Can I get someone better than this? This guy's a joke. It's like looking at the punching bag. Except I'm the one with the gloves on, and that's the face I want to knock in.
Thank you, Mimosa, for your generosity and tremendous support of the Jake Asman Show.
I couldn't even start counting the names. Mimosa in for another 10. Here we go. South Philly 734, Craig Maggetti, Lee Van 3, Benor Hurd, Game Master NR98, Drew Andrew 1002, Big Fella 365, Rod Jones 6014444205, Chris Grant, all receiving a gifted membership. We are not done. Holy crap. Cisco Lopez just dropped another 10 memberships. Cisco and Mimosa head to head as we reach 491 gifted memberships in a single show. Bang! Let's go! 9 away from 500 in a single May 8th afternoon stream. Ladies and gentlemen, we have hit the number in dramatic fashion. Did we just get another 10 from Cisco and Mimosa? It's an arms race. Cisco for 10, Mimosa for 10 at the exact same time. Unbelievable. Again, what else is there to say?
Thank you, Mimosa, for your generosity and tremendous support of the Jake Asman Show.
Mimosa, your gift is Gary not saying anything. Cisco, you tell me what we could do for you. We're definitely getting Cisco a membership video. Holy crap. Cisco in for 10. Mimosa in for 10. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in the history of the Jake Asman program, 500 plus memberships in a single show. In fact, 511 is a record I don't know if we're ever going to touch again. Best fans in sports. Hit it. Here we go. 20 more names to read off. No member left behind. Donald Wallace, Parker Forrest, Demon Kills, Wame G4. These are from both Mimosa and Cisco. They gifted at the exact same time, so it's cluttered on my feed. Roman Trillo, Pat Goldek, Late End Sunrise, Florida Niners, AR631 Gaming, American Greasier, Who 007, Franklin Fung, David Aviva, Rome 181, Matthew Gordon, all receiving a gifted membership. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Clifton says, what do you think about having John Izzik on the show? If you can help me count these memberships, I'd appreciate it. He wasn't a good GM, but he might be good at math. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Hello? You play to win the game.
We are playing for this helmet. Come on, BMAC, what are you doing here? Who let you in? Who let you in this show? Deal with the beast. I don't want to talk.
Get the hell out of here, you fake. Get out of here, you fake. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're not a real Jet fan, you fruitcake. need a little help. I'm gonna 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 need a little help. Go away, you. Go away. B-Mac, do you have anything to do with your life? Get a hobby. Read a book. What do you need? You know I'm not in a good mood today. I already took a diarrhea dump, and my back's killing me. Does anybody else need anything?
Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe this. The Mark with another 20 gifted memberships. My God, tip off for the Nick Game is underway. We're staying on, though. We got to shout out 20 more people.
Say, go New York, go New York, go! Go New York, go New York, go!
Mark in for 20. Let's go hit the loudest of Jet chants we could find.
J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets!
531 new channel members in a single show. What new emoji should we have? We might have enough for 3 if my math is correct. YouTube is the worst with adding new emojis. Tony Schmeisel, Viante, Matt L733, Optimistic John, even Renzel, who is a dirtbag, and I despise, got a membership. That's how deep in the weeds we are going into giving people channel memberships. Amanda6802, One Piece Fan, Rob Sturbick, UTE Pitts, Ken Kress, Devon 4, Jet DC, Eli Kanopoulos, Alien 44, Elena Kopolis, Jeff D, Tony BX, LX Sid Illusions, Casey Tolupo, all receiving a gifted membership from the Mark 60172. Mark, you are the absolute man, and we will make sure we get you down for another 20 gifted memberships. Unreal. Kyle Clifton wrote, this is Mark Cuban. My God. The Mark, you got you. You're in. All right. Let me finalize these names here. Unbelievable. Thank you, Mark, Cisco, Mimosa, Jeffrey. So many, but it just, wow. Unreal. Unfreaking believable. Let's see what we got here. Copy and paste. We're going to have, from the super chats, some of the Venmos here, we're going to have well over 700 entries, it looks like. Pretty close to it. Oh, my God. A Mark with another 20. Stand by. 531 memberships. Nick's down 7-0. Not good. We need some points here. Here we go. Wheel of Champions needs to be spun. Robert C is joining me now. Hey, Robert. Talk to Beast. I got to finish counting these names.
He looks like he looks very stared down. I might have to practice some wrestling holds. We have to practice maybe a couple moves here, a couple moves. Your corn is your corn. Okay. Your corn is getting one of the salad green or French onion dip.
Hi, Robert. Nothing. Is this another recording?
Hi, Jake. How are you?
I'm watching the Knicks game. We're currently down 9 to the 76ers. They're out of the side TVs. I'm not gonna flip my camera.
Hey,
but
all you freaky ass maniacs.
it's a close game, and
Send in your super chats. I'm gonna take a
I
shit
can't
on
tell
this
if
couch.
Robert C is
It's gotta
real
get
or fake.
things
I don't know what's
going
real or
next week.
fake. It's very existential. It's very meta.
I mean, they play Pittsburgh and they play
That's what Jake
New
does to us.
England
That's what Jets
after
do to
that,
us.
and probably the week after New
score
England's
2.
bye week.
All right. Now it's only a 7-point game. All
We're
right.
gonna play Miami twice in December.
That was good defense. We kept it in.
The Texans.
There's
They're
so
gonna
much
play
happening.
Jacksonville again.
Are you guys overstimulated?
I mean,
Did this
you
show
all have a good
overstimulate
week.
you? I know it did for me. I assume it's going to take Jake a minute to count all these. Beast.
I had to lay down for a little bit.
Why is that?
Pain. I'm all screaming. It had my pancreas going.
You gotta stop letting all these people get to you, Beast. At the end of the day, like it doesn't.
Well,
mean
Max
that
knows
much.
Max knows that 911 call is coming because like the fabulous.
What did Mad Max do exactly?
Oh, pushed my button to the end.
Does that how does that warrant a 911
He knows
call?
it's coming. He knows it's coming.
Okay, but what is he getting arrested for? Like what are the police going to do to him for pushing your buttons?
911's the DDT. That's the traditional. When I say 911, it means lights out. Wham! I gotta go take a shit right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are almost ready for the Wheel of Champions. A couple last-second entries that just came through. Cisco Lopez, you madman, another one. He's in for one. Dorian H. in for one as well. We will add Dorian shortly, but first we play this.
Look at that. Little turkey action.
A little turkey action, little Wheel of Champions action. We are at 652 entries on the wheel so far. That does not include the 5 we just got from Cisco. 5 more. Holy crap. Cisco Lopez in for 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unbelievable. Oh my God, Cisco, you dog. Thank you to you, Mimosa, Jeffrey, everyone who is in. We're never going to set this record again. 538 in a single show. I don't know if Cisco and Mimosa won the lottery this week, but we are grateful for that. Ricky New York is with us here. Ricky, I need you and Beast to hang out. I need like 2 more minutes. I'm almost done counting these names, but I've never experienced anything like this. Stand by, Ricky.
No, boy. I'm gonna
Beast, talk to Rick.
A guy on a cigarette. Wow. Can somebody please get this guy can someone go get him a soda? Get him off these cigarettes. They're disgusting. It's bad for the teeth. It's bad for the teeth. Don't you realize that's bad for the teeth? You know, if you smoke cigarettes, you're gonna leave, little tartar stains on the teeth. That's not good for the teeth. The teeth is bad. So, I'm just telling you, it's bad for the teeth. Plus, you gotta learn to keep them teeth purely white. If you don't keep them white, you're gonna screw them up, and you're gonna have to have dentures put in. Going, where's my teeth? Where's my teeth? So please don't smoke. Don't smoke. You don't need it. Cigarettes are bad for you, and they're disgusting and hideous. It's foul to the most degenerate mind. It's like me saying this. Cigarettes are not the best for you. If you want to drink, have a water or have a poppy can. I gotta go take a shit right now.
Ricky, is this another recording? I know it's a little gator role playing. I love it. It's very realistic. Gator's a real talented man.
Calm your freaky down.
Oh, folks, don't do this in life. If you want something, I'll tell you what. If you want to get off cigarettes, you really want to get off some cigarettes, have yourself one of these. Have some gum. This will help out at least. Have some gum. At least this is entertaining than a cigarette. What do you need? You know I'm not in a good mood today. I already took a diarrhea dump and my back's killing me. Does anybody else?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are basically ready for the greatest raffle in the history of the show. We're going to give away a signed Kenyon Sadiq helmet and a Breece Hall jersey. We added that mid-show. 538 channel members in a single show, plus some of the Venmos and the Super Chats. We have right now on the Wheel of Champions, by my estimation, 657 names on the wheel. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the greatest raffle in the history of this show. We will bring on the master of raffle ceremony, and we'll spin the wheel twice here on a Friday afternoon.
Hey, it's good old-fashioned Gorilla Monsoon. Girls, bring me the wheel here. Now, folks, we've gone for so many entries today. We're gonna spin wheel number 1 at our best. Let's get real one. A round of a drive, and let's go.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the Wheel of Champions? Here we go. Oh, Mad Max, you dog. All right, Mad Max is the last person entered. That's it. Anyone else from this point on, you'll be in tomorrow when we have our weekly raffle for 4 signed items. Mad Max, thank you as always for your support. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just add Mad Max's name to the wheel for an extra entry here. Again, blown away by everyone. What a community. The Jets are ever good. I can't even imagine some of the things we're going to be able to give away in show. My God. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 winners today. If you don't win the Sadiq helmet, maybe you win the Breece jersey. We'll do the Kenyon Sadiq signed helmet first. If you win, to get your prize, you have to email me, asmanjake@gmail.com, your name and address so I know where to send it to. Good luck to everyone who's in. Only one can win, though. And the winner is... Jeffrey Reed. Let's go, Jeffrey. Winner number 1. Jets. Let's go. We are not done. We will raffle away now a Breece Hall jersey. Breece. Ladies and gentlemen, he's back. Our next winner is... Frank P. Frank, the jersey is yours. Frank P., our second winner. And you know what? Surprise, surprise. Let's do it again. Another Breece Hall jersey up for grabs. We'll do 2. One more chance to win a Breece jersey. We're celebrating him being back with the Jets. So we're doing Sadiq signed helmet. We already have a winner for that. That went to Jeffrey Reed. Frank P. won a Breece jersey. How about one more Breece jersey? You can wear it at MetLife, for another 2 more years. Hit it. Mimosa, our final winner. A Breece jersey for Mimosa. Congratulations to our 3 winners, Jeffrey Reed, Frank P., Mimosa, all winning a prize in a record-setting show. But the big prize is a Sadiq helmet. Jeffrey, this is for you.
Jets line is solid. I'm a huge Breece Hall fan. I was obsessed with Sadiq, certified free, 7 days a week, certified free. Obsessed with Sadiq, certified free, 7 days a week, certified free. I was obsessed with Sadiq, 7 days a week, certified free, 7 days a week. Obsessed with Sadiq, 7 days a week.
7 days a week.
Certified free.
Congratulations to Jeffrey R. He is the winner of the signed Kenyon Sadiq helmet. Jeffrey, shoot me an email with your name and address, and we'll get that ordered for you over the weekend. All right, I can't say thank you enough to everyone. Record-setting show. Be on the lookout for new emojis. I want to get a mimosa one, a Cisco one, 1,000%. Anyone a good designer wants to submit one for them, we always take them from listeners. Unbelievable. You guys are the best. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. Thank you to Joe Blewett who joined us. We had great Breece Hall, instant reaction, first 90 minutes of the show, and then things went off the rails. So that's how it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are the best. Let's go Knicks. Down 10 right now. Hopefully they come back. If not, just win a game in Philly. I'm going to go watch that. Here we go. You guys are the best. Ricky, thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate it. Beast, great job by you.
Yeah. Can I say one more thing? Kids, don't be like this. Have a stick of gum. Urgent!
Thanks again, Ricky. Appreciate it. All right, that does it, ladies and gentlemen. JETS, Jets. And I leave you all with something we call around here greatness personified. That greatness is two clips. The first, and then, of course, the second. Go Jets. See you guys.
I got to go take a shit right now. And to all, a good night. Nixon 4. Let's go get it. What do you need? You know I'm not in a good mood today. I already took a diarrhea dump and my back's killing me. Does anybody else need anything?